was.
All right, shall we start?
Yes, let's save the realm.
Yeehaw!
All right, so welcome to Legends on Paper. I'm Ravic Hunter, and this is our illustrious group. This week, session 37, I believe, as the group is headed down into the sewers, or has headed down into the sewers beneath the city of Korth. Last session, they were led by Lucius, who promised to show them the ancient wall that he supposed was the Werdhom Enoch, which is the strange language of angels and devils that somehow LD is able to comprehend and may provide clues to where their quest may lead them next.
Maybe Hildy's an angel.
That could be. I mean, that's kind of stretching it, though. I mean, really stretching it. But along the way, they were ambushed by an assassin, which they later found out was one of the premier assassin groups, the Arid Fellowship. The battle back and forth a bit, but in the end, as the fellow tried to escape, he was intercepted by a newcomer to the to the sewers. One Sion, the eldest daughter of the fat man, as she introduced herself later. She killed the rogue as it tried to escape, and bore a warning that if the Arid Fellowship was after, presumably, the group, Hildy seemed to be its focus before he leapt off and was killed by Sion, then there could be some very, very serious dangers afoot that the party needs to prepare for on their voyage. So, as we get started with this next session in the sewers, let's play D&D!
I forgot about the new thing.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, that's a new thing.
I like it.
Well, you started it last one shot. Man, it's weird that it's every 3 episodes. Small addendum, I actually cut off the assassin's head, so.
Yeah, we can't forget that. Of course, you can watch the episode and see how that happened. It was quite interesting, actually. So, you're down in the sewers. Lucius is there. Sion has...
Yeah, you were at the party still.
This dead assassin in hand, has identified by the strange tattoo on its right breast, the coiled snake with the right eye focusing outward, that it is a member of the Arid Fellowship. A very, very well-known and distinct assassin guild that is feared throughout the western, southern kingdoms. Maybe far beyond that. She has urged some quick efficiency in your time down here in the sewers. You can see kind of in the darkness behind her, there's movement here and there, shadows kind of moving behind her. She does not seem to be concerned about those at all. Lucius is very, very nervous, kind of getting really close up to Dakir, to the point that he's nearly just hugging him, fear, concern with everything going on. As he's just chattering, I said, take her to the wall now. We have to go. And then, of course, we have, then oddly silent at this point, Kevin being tooted around by Hal. What would you guys like to do?
I have my hand up, kind of deflecting Lucius. Are you and your companions going to escort us the rest of the way?
You're talking to
Sion.
Sion? I would be happy to. Lucius, take hold of yourself. He's still got his torch that he carries. He's held it the whole time, nearly out. But seems to not want to back away far from Dakir. You're kind of his protector at this point, at least overtly, as you see it. And she kind of takes the lead role and is willing to take you to where the wall is located. Are you ready to go now? Is there anything else? You've already searched the dead assassin that is now headless. Found everything worth finding. Stored in your gear or whatever. And did you have any other
note? I would have jotted down a little sketch of the tattoo that he had on him.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Easy enough.
Saving this for later.
All right. Okay. Cool.
I imagine at this point Kiva is no longer distracted by the party or whatever she's been doing for the past, just loudly tromps down through the sewers, down to wherever you guys are, just through trial and error.
So as an aside, the night before, when you guys were battling with the demonic beast, then afterwards we had that lull, and when you mainly Hildy and Merlin kind of going back and forth, O'Donna's, and you were meeting a whole lot of different players. Kiva had heard some news about a Vicky ship in port. And so while all that was going on, somewhat familiar with what the next steps were. Of course, if you're going down into the sewers, had run off to the port very quickly to see if that Vicky ship was still there. Unfortunately, it was not. It had departed just a little bit earlier, as you still had many, many burning questions about your husband and his fate, if it were true, what you saw in your vision about his demise at the end of a rope over a cliff. Along with others, by the way. So that's still, very present in your mind. And then you were able to make your way down into the sewers where the rest of the party had gone, heard all the action taking place, the yells, the screams, the screeches, the battle, and arrived near the end. So you're with the group once more.
All yells, screams, and screeches were Lucius.
You might have heard a spitting sound. That was me twice.
Oh, you missed nothing.
So, no. All right. So any further questions for Sion at this point? She's the fat man's eldest daughter and true daughter, as she's put it. Of course, she knows who Rescalyn is, the Raven, who is her younger, not even half-sister, since she's adopted, as you know, by the fat man, and raised by him.
Kiva, Lizzie, Kiva.
Hello. Hi. Are you with us now, or are you joining us, or are you just with us for a little bit? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. No, I'll be tagging along.
I think she belongs to Dakir now.
She let her charge get killed and had nowhere else to go.
More the merrier. We hired her for protection.
Oh yeah, we paid her.
Yeah, she's basically a second you.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Well, when you go off gallivanting, we need someone to hold the phone.
That is true. The werewolf guy just kind of ran out and you just disappeared.
I am gone for 2 hours and all this shenaniganery happens.
Shenaniganery.
We're going to do a whole Camilo,
lexicon.
Yes, exactly. Lexicon.
Shenaniganery.
And fuckery.
It's a haiku.
Ooh, 575.
The word is like.
Alright, this is getting deep. introductions are made. And so, yeah, Lizzie, maybe with us for a while. We'll see.
Cool.
How she likes this group.
After seeing
They're odd.
After seeing the Fat Man Soldier, I am giving you like a lot of side eye.
I'm
You're trying not to, but yeah.
like I can feel you boring holes into me, and I'm just staring straight ahead.
Now, Sion does look much like the granddaughters whom you met, right? You met the granddaughters.
I think only
What's that?
I met the granddaughter.
Yeah, maybe you did. So you see a resemblance there. Oddly enough, there seems to be a resemblance also with Rescalin. Same look, but it's probably from the part of the world that they're from.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that you even know where they're from exactly. But they have this very, I guess I would call it an Italian look, you know? And then, of course, they have this skin-tight, kind of shimmery almost, but matte that slides very well in and out of the shadows. Armor that they wear, leather armor. That seems to be, predominant within this family for whatever reason. So.
Well, if we're all okay, maybe we should continue on.
I'm good with that.
Sion turns her head toward that. Take this one out. Dispose of it. And make sure there's no more rats in my sewers. And the man scurries out of the shadows. Another man, along with the second one. And they gather at the head and the body of the fallen assassin. And they quickly remove him. As they do so, another third man comes out of the shadows and begins to literally clean up the area as you pass by and over and beyond. Back down the corridor where you were walking earlier before you were attacked.
I think that's gonna stain.
As you're walking, Sion kind of sidles up beside Hildy. Look,
Are you going to hit me again?
I'm sorry about that. I have a temper, and I don't have much patience for prattling. I know you're much stronger than you look. My father says that you're one that should be protected among all others. That you are kind of, at least for now, the key to where we are in our endeavors to do whatever it is that Merlin and the others
Well,
believe has to be
yes, I
done.
have to save the world.
If that's what it is, I don't have a whole lot of detail, quite honestly. But I need you to be my ally, and I need to know that I can trust you.
You smacked me, though.
Yes, and I will do it again.
Well, sometimes I deserve it.
But I want to be your friend, because I think we'll be able to help each other, and if not my sister, I will probably be the one, at least while you're in this part of the world, that might be communicating with you from time to time.
Okay, well, watch out for that one. She steals things while you're sleeping.
Good.
It's a perfect disguise.
You think she's got talents like your supposed rogue here and the centaur?
The fuck is that supposed to mean? Supposed rogue.
Wait, can we hear this?
Yes, you very clearly.
That was out of character.
Roll it.
But
Hildy was not whispering.
Yeah,
Maybe.
There's
the other one.
I should
kind of
be
keeping it
used to
down a little
this.
bit. She's standing up front with Hildy. But yeah,
19.
How you hear this kind of
Yeah.
take?
I'm just.
I got Lucius whispering in my ear.
Yes, and he is just a gibbering mess of nerves at this point, as so much has happened, clinging to you along the whole way.
My inner monologue is, we just need him to read it, and then all bets are off.
You do hear echoes of screaming in your head as you feel a bit stressed. By the way, you're all under one level of exhaustion at this point. A fight with werewolves, demon werewolves, and then an assassin.
Am I under it too?
You go under exhaustion
All
from
of-
being in a fight?
Yeah.
Well, we had 2 massive encounters back to back without a rest in between.
Yeah,
And
a
it's
long
late.
day. Yeah. Absolutely.
And we've been smelling shit all day. I'm tired.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I'll be your friend.
Good. My father would be pleased. As you continue down the dark corridor, from time to time, just passively, you can see that there's a little movement in one shadow or another. Those with dark vision can kind of see figures just watching carefully. They're dressed in leathers and soft boots and so forth. The cloaks they can wrap around themselves, almost obscuring them against the stone walls. If you're not staring right at them, seems like there are quite a few people down here now. But aside from yourselves, walking within the light globes and the torches, they seem to be doing their best to keep in the dark, but just be visible enough to give you some reassurance that you're there, that they're there, and you're protected. Sion doesn't seem to pay them any attention whatsoever. And then you find a large chamber that appears to contain nothing more than a small wooden table and two rickety old chairs. There are torches here and there that cast these imaginative shadows before converging in wide areas, the wider, darker areas that are in between. Lucius now finally kind of detaches from you as you enter this room. God. He seems, to have regained a little bit of confidence as Sion just stops as you enter. The rest of you gathering around. He kind of moves ahead and gestures without speaking, as if, here it is. A portion of the chamber that appears to be the remains of an ancient wall. And it's much older than some of the other walled areas that are actually carved within this chamber. It's clearly obvious that it's much older. And you can see this long line of archaic symbols that looks like they were literally scratched into the hard stone long ago. And as Lucius approaches, he stops suddenly, almost for the first time noticing, as you all do, that there are two figures sitting in those rickety chairs at the small table with a single candle on it. They're two older men in their 70s. And they seem to be just quietly chatting as you enter the chamber. And then casually just look over. Both of them nodding to Sion. She nods back quietly. Shadows kind of gather around you on the perimeter of the room. As you know, more of those that reside down here or haunt these sewers are all around. And one of the older gentlemen looks over and says, "Well, I see you've brought quite a parade of friends in today. I am Daisy. This is my brother Gijon."
Like the mustard? Nothing.
Isaac and Gijon. We are pleased to see you. Sion, will you make the introductions, please? Sion looks over. I don't know all the names. Will you please introduce you? The old one is Hildy. She's the one that really is important to be here right now. She's the one that supposedly can read what's on that wall.
Oh, is it even important what our names are?
Well, it's just courtesy, if you'd like. If you would not like
Well,
to share
she
your
hits
names,
people.
fine.
Hildy can read what's on the wall?
My understanding.
we bring Lucius?
He was bringing us here. We didn't know how to get here without.
To be fair, we didn't know how to
Sion's
get there.
bringing us here now.
Well, we found Sion in the place that Lucian brought us.
Fair enough.
Reach into her
Cause and
shirt,
effect.
take out her little box. put a stone in her head that grows into a third eyeball in her
Oh,
forehead.
Hildy's praying again.
It begins to glow, and you can see everyone's kind of taken aback by that.
No, she grows a third eyeball in her forehead.
I've seen this before.
That's fantastic.
And she will read the law.
Thank you, Lizzie.
So
One of the less strange things she does.
Honestly,
Lucius
it's less weird
kinda-
than her titty slapping someone.
Lucius kind of guides Hildy up to the wall. And, not really guiding, as you can see the wall, but just kind of like walks up with you and just intrigued looking at this third eye. That's very interesting. A very nice trick. You'll have to tell me all about this sometime.
Or not.
And at that, he just kind of wanders back over next to Kier. Sion, watching Hildy go up, just gestures to the two men at the table who haven't moved. Daisig and Guizhou used to be the guild masters of Korth. They are retired now, but they are wise. I value them as my advisors, and they may have something to share about what we find here, in case you have questions.
All right.
This might be a silly question, but what are two guildmasters doing sitting in a sewer in the middle of the night? Like, nothing's real interesting down here aside from some fancy wall.
They're
Well-
probably protecting it from assassins.
I
We have
reckon
been
it's
expecting you.
Yep. I was gonna say that.
And she looks pointedly at Lucius. Thank you, friend, for guiding them as far as you did. It's sad that we had to intervene along the way, but happenstance.
Actually, since it's come up, maybe one of your associates can escort Lucius back to his home where it's safe.
Oh, no, I don't want to miss this. I told I've come this far. I must see how this ends. And besides, unless you're with me.
I mean,
I-
if we have to do a blood sacrifice, Lucius, I apologize.
Yeah.
But, no. Are you trying to intimidate?
Yeah.
Make a roll.
Disadvantage for exhaustion.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lame.
Even worse.
Yeah, 14.
14. He just, not entirely intimidated, but he does kind
Can I
of.
use my strength to intimidate?
He just poses.
I don't know. He likes that.
He's kind of sidles up to Dakir even closer.
I tried to warn him. Hildy, get the knife.
So walking up on your own at this point, because everyone else has just kind of Lucius has left your side, and everyone else has just kind of maintained their position, unless you guys want to move anywhere at this point. You just come into the room. Hildy makes her way up to the wall. You can see the scratches clearly in this ancient wall. There's no doubt that it's very, very old to your eyes. I mean, the construction of it, the way that it has kind of fallen to pieces in some parts, and then you can see the newer brick built around it. Lends itself to that idea. Looking at it closely, you want to attempt to read it?
Yeah.
All right.
That's why I put the eyeball in.
Now, are you trying to use the eyeball at this point to gain some insight on it, or are you going to read the text?
It says I can read any magical or non-magical script.
Right. Okay.
So first,
So you're not inciting at all. You're just going to.
first I'm reading it.
Okay, so right to left, you're reading it. This you realize right away that this script is right to left. That doesn't surprise you at all, considering the ancient nature of it and what you know it is, being the Werdhom Enoch. You immediately recognize it as such. So, The rest of you, what you're seeing, as she focuses and you see her head going right to left, is that she suddenly
It's about to be the end of Crystal Skull.
and her back goes rigid, and her tall frame just kind of extends. She goes up on her toes. And any of you that can see peripheral, from the side, note that her eyes just kind of roll back into her head.
Even the third one?
Except for maybe the third one.
It can roll too, I don't care.
The symbols that are etched or scratched into this ancient wall begin to glow with this eerie luminescence. And then she screams as she begins to speak.
Bayad Pambit of Medea, cheese Hala, Miradar, peace Sobaid, even the Alulo Cast Soago, Blondes, Yadna Dathar Fafallen Alan Adar.
I heard cheese.
She hates blondes.
I heard she has to pee so bad.
She wants to eat cheese with blondes.
Does this happen a lot?
Yeah, well.
More than you think, less than you expect.
Do you know what she said? What did she say?
Something about cheese and blondes.
That wasn't pleasant at all. Put that away.
As she completes the words coming out, almost speaking from not just her own voice, but something coming through her from ancient time. Her body relaxes, and you can see consciousness or she returns to normal. Whether she was conscious or not, you don't know during that whole thing. But she just kind of relaxes, and her normal self comes back.
You care to translate any of that, Hildegard?
Well,
He's gonna point the letters so you can follow along.
the secrets of truth onto the towers
I'm reading slowly so he can write.
are placed upon the philosopher's stone. The holy ones, whose god is called the Mother of Earth, protect divine knowledge, wherefore the ark that binds the stone. Yeah, that's what it says.
That doesn't sound nearly as angry when you say it like that.
Oh no, it wasn't angry. It was very happy. It was elation. It was joy. I got a little moist.
That's curious. Oh, what could it mean?
I almost wrote down. I
it
got a little
means-
moist.
There's so many folds it'll never dry.
Well, it probably has something to do with the other towers we're looking for.
These towers, you mentioned them to me before when we first met.
Well, I thought you might know something.
Lucius, he kind of, his gaze basically meanders off as he fades, as he is in deep thought. You can see that he's no longer clutching to Kier, no longer in that way, in that way of being around you at the moment, as he seems to just really focus on maybe things that he's heard in the past, connections that he can make. And after a moment, he looks at you, Hildy, and he says, the Dark Mother, the Mother of the Earth, it could be the Dark Mother. Those are the ones that are worshipped by the Neuroseri. They are not far from Korth, in the Great Sea, not too far away. But I do not know for sure that this is what it might mean. It may take some extensive time and study to decide this. Do you have any other links or connections to the Neuroseri where that you can make to substantiate what I might say?
Oh, well, the nearest area. Let me think a second.
The only Mother of Earth I know is Neve, but there's no chance that this could be referencing her.
Neve is, you know, more as nature. So it could encompass much of earthbound creatures within, you know, but not necessarily Earth itself.
Okay.
She's
Whatever
more
created Neve.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. It's the only connection I can make at this moment. But if you will be staying for a while, maybe a few months, and you can, of course, stay at my home.
No, we're not going to do that.
Oh, you seem disappointed.
We have to go save the world, and then we have to figure out if Kiva's husband got eaten, and,
Oh, how dreadful.
Twitch.
well, it was pirates. We used to work with a pirate.
Did you?
We did. She was nice. She never ate anybody in front of us.
Oddly looks a lot like you.
Sounded like her too.
So, Hildy, this
Yes.
is Sion speaking. How does this help in your journey to find the parts of the crown, yes? That you're looking for?
Yes.
The towers.
I'm not sure, but that references a tower, and it says something about secrets of truth being placed on the Philosopher's Stone. So maybe when we find the tower, we have to put the piece of the crown back on some kind of a stone to build it again. But I don't know.
From behind you, you hear a voice. Have I arrived? Too late?
Oh no.
And a woman strides through,
Oh,
wearing sacraments of Suna. You recognize her as the high priestess that was upstairs and, you know, that attended the king and queen afterwards to the battle. Towers. You speak of towers. Well, you know that the Neurozere are cities of towers. And if what you spoke, as I heard you scream it so loudly, and then the echo of your voice through chambers beyond, I could hear what you translated if it were true.
Was it melodic like an angel?
Not in the least, my dear. But if it was true, it is true the Dark Mother is worshipped by the people of the towers, the new Rosary. Maybe that is a place for you to start among their priesthood, the Holy Ones, as it's called, if they do in fact protect the Philosopher's Stone or the tablets that lead you to where you might find the towers that hold these arcs.
Are there 4 towers there?
They're cities of towers. The entire city is just nothing but towers that are together, not like what you've seen here or perhaps in Ease, not that elegant. They're short, squat things that they have clustered together for protection from the giants, the gigantes.
That's not really a tower. A tower is tall.
Now imagine many of those shoved together to form a community to protect those within. The walls of the towers together, creating walls, and then they cluster together inside, where they are safe from those without. It is the culture of the New Rosary. So if the towers mean anything, if the Dark Mother means anything, then I agree with Sion. I agree with Lucius that might be a good place to start. But we have much more pressing issue right now than simply that, I'm afraid. The king and the queen are not doing well.
Well, they were attacked by a werewolf.
And they were both infected by the corruption that it caused. Sadly, I have failed to transfer the corruption to an innocent that might bear it out for them. I'm not sure.
Do you need someone with mustaches?
And you wonder why I'm a fan of Luna. At least Luna's an honest bitch.
Do you need someone with mustaches?
I don't know that.
Who's fat?
I think I see where you're going with this. But it has to be someone willing to take it upon themselves and then die for it.
That's Takir.
Oh, no.
He's always willing to die for
I'm not
people.
looking for.
She had me in the first half, and then I heard die.
I'm not looking for volunteers here. I'm explaining the situation. The reason I'm here now is not just for that, but also as you were all involved with this terrible creature, that you might also be infected. So, for those of you that failed the concept against the demon beast, not against the other ones, but just against the demon beast himself.
I don't think I fought the demon
I
beast
don't think
himself.
I failed one.
I don't think I got bit.
I think
Did the old lady?
I think Hildy and Takira both failed.
Did I get bit?
Did you fail?
Or was it Hal? It was either Takira or Hal.
I
Don't
think
remember.
there's a chance I might have failed while in a wild shape form, but we still have to go over the rules of how that carries over. I don't remember.
You weren't there for the fight.
Oh no, for the
giant
demon
werewolf
beast.
demon.
For the giant
think-
werewolf demon.
The
If
cabal.
I remember
The cabal.
correctly, I passed all of my con saves.
Oh, we did stop.
Because I think he only bit
I did
me
not.
once or twice.
Yeah, because I was the one who was going 1v1 with him.
He claw attacked me a couple times, but I don't think he bit me too
I
much.
thought I kept my distance. I could be wrong.
Well, you were. Yeah, you're okay. I'm looking at my notes here, trying to figure. We got a whole bunch of stuff scribbled here, where there were 2 con fails. I'm sure one was Hildy, and then the other one was one of the melee. Whoever was in combat with him most of the time,
That wasn't
which would have been Kiva and the king, the queen initially, and then. You guys are bunched together here, and I have a con fail.
What was,
I don't know which one of you it is?
What was the effect that
There was
happened
no
in-
effect.
There was nothing immediately.
No, there was no effect immediately. You noticed nothing at the time.
I'll have to go back
So,
and watch it.
Yeah, we have to go back.
Normally
into the
I use
archives.
mobility to hit and then leave. So, unless I ended up stopping.
But I also thought Howell was fighting the other ones
He
at
was.
the
He was fighting
outside.
the smaller
I was
one.
fighting, and then towards the end, I was keeping on him because I
Yeah.
found out that my staff was doing a lot more to him than
Yeah, because you were.
Oh,
doing
that might have been it
critical
when you
damage.
Oh yeah, you're putting the
Yeah,
staff up
it's
his
staff
butt,
out.
right?
the Radiant. And yeah, that
He fought back.
Overall failing.
we might need to
Reference something.
check the episode out real quick.
Yeah, I might
This
have
I failed one.
And this
Yeah,
is where we have the
Hildy definitely failed one.
last episode.
Okay. Well, let's not get in the weeds on this right now. We'll see how imminent that is. What she's telling you is that there is some danger for those that have been infected by this corruption from the demon.
Oh, what kind of danger?
The Lycanthropos is what they are called, and the demon that was Rocher was a priest of Suna before he was infected by the demon, the creature, the whatever it was. I'm not sure. It was many years ago. It was 25, 30 years ago when this happened. The demon, of course, was sealed within a cavern tomb that they had chased him into back at the time. Somehow he has come out from it, probably whatever servants that he had were able over time to find him and release him from his entrapment. Despite the spells I hear were put in place at the time. To be infected by the corruption of this creature is no small thing. You will begin to change physically and mentally. There's no guarantee that you can control what it is that happens to you as you become one of them.
Oh, it's like Kiva.
Okay.
She's a
That was-
werewolf too, but a bear.
I'm a druid. And that was once, and it was like a year ago.
Well, I'm very lucky.
It was actually a few weeks ago. It just feels like a long time.
No, this one specifically was like,
Yeah, it was like 17 or 20 episodes ago.
But I am familiar with the druids and how they can shape change. It's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
This comes upon you without
Consent?
expectation.
Oh,
Oh,
And they
It's
control
like-
it's a metaphor.
it's like Kevin.
Hey,
I guess it's a good thing
I
that my
consent
god
to Kevin.
resilient and wisdom saves.
oh,
And you can control it for a while as you are ravenous for the flesh of beast or man.
I'll just start scratching himself.
Kind of looks at you.
He's always like that.
Hey, sorry, the rope's a little itchy. Sorry, Kevin, can you adjust a little bit? Okay, thank you.
Is Kevin still alive? He's been quiet.
You'll wake him up. He's napping.
If you, Hildy, your lady, if you are sure that you have been infected by this creature, if you've
Oh,
been bitten by it,
I wasn't. I'm immune.
I don't believe this.
Insight check on that one.
I'm immune for sure, but yes, instinctively.
Throughout the day are immune to disease, so she's assuming
Oh, she, yeah, no, so
Lycanthropy
she can
is a
assume
disease.
that, yeah.
Magical
There is-
disease or normal disease?
lycanthropy is a disease according to D&D. So that's what
Magical or
that's what
Is it a
Hildy's going
disease
with.
or a curse?
That's what Hildy's going
Well,
with. This one's probably a curse.
In the world of Plethwy.
No, in the world of Ravik, where everything is legendary, this is a curse. But Hildy knows that she's immune to disease, so she's fine.
Ravik erases disease in his notes and writes curse
Right.
under.
The lycanthropy
Well, that's
condition.
She's referring to it as a corruption.
disorder.
So
Oh
you
god,
can,
are we
you
going
can
to
take
do
that for
dragon
what it's
turtles?
worth, but I
Hildy believes she is
Okay.
immune.
Okay.
I want to be a dragon turtle.
May I investigate for myself and determine whether you or not you are, all of you are infected with this corruption? She immediately goes over to you.
Hildy says, very wide.
She places her hands upon you, and you see her focus. Her hands begin to glow, and she's
Oh, if it
tones
glows,
a
that's
few,
good.
And then
You glow.
It only takes a few moments, and then she backs away. I'm afraid the corruption is in you.
It's fine. I'm immune.
Will you get the rest of you allow her to?
Yes.
Yeah, why
Yes,
not?
please.
Alright.
I would like to know if I'm doomed.
Yeah.
I do it kind of reluctantly because sooner, but
Well,
You and your Sunophobia.
yeah, I mean,
I just don't like them.
You Luna extremist.
well, keep in mind, Luna and Suna are actually sisters.
And you married
act like
a
Sue.
Sunnite.
Oh,
I
so it's the
did
difference
not.
between like Sunni
I did
and
not.
Shia.
Different religion.
I get the
Different
point.
pantheon.
It
Is
could-
Yeah, it was a
It could be a volatile relationship.
Oh,
Loki
Um, but-
and Stephen.
You don't know it to be.
I don't know.
As for the rest, if one of you has been infected by this, as I'll review my notes and then determine for sure by next time, then we'll figure out a way that you have an opportunity to divest yourself of it if you choose to. But we'll focus on Hildy right now.
If you choose to, I like it.
And, well, I mean, this
Why
is
are we
why. You're
focused
going to
on
find out.
Yeah.
So, I can try and take this from you. There is a chance that I cannot. And if I cannot, it may be permanent inside you.
Well, if
And
you
in
want
that
it, you
case,
can have it, I guess.
then the only thing that we can do is to end your suffering as quick as possible and, well, kill you.
Howl pulls out the great axe slowly from Kevin.
Hold on.
Okay, you're like, oh, what's going on? What's happening?
Great axe.
Okay, here it is. I'm going to fight again.
Let me check my alignment again.
Sorry.
We could just transfer it to another posting.
Well, we
couldn't
can make it as, there are potions that can make her passing as pleasant as possible without any. Sounds like, wait a minute. Wait. We need her.
She's the
We
key
should
to
wait till
saving
I'm
the
suffering to
world.
put me out of my suffering.
If it comes to that.
Right.
One moment. If you're willing to let
All right, now I'm
priestess try
fine.
and remove this corruption from you, then we can at least take that, and maybe perhaps you won't have to worry about it.
All right, like I said, if you want it, you can have it. Perhaps you could give it to Lucius.
Would Lucius, would you be? No.
It would make
No, I'm not willing.
it would make you big and strong, and centaurs would love you.
You trying to persuade him?
Yes.
Advantage.
We already
Because
have
this guy is
disadvantage
he's looking
anyway.
Terrified.
Yes,
Oh
I
my
do.
god, this
I look at Takir and I say, help her.
As he creeps
Oh.
even closer into the
I am going to aid
folds
Hildy.
of Takir.
I'm gonna aid Hildy, so like I'll just
All right.
kind of sidle up alongside her. Lucius, wouldn't
16.
you do that for my friend?
Are you
Are you gonna roll?
I'm aiding, so
So
I'm
Hildy rolls
blocking the
straight.
disadvantage.
Yes. So do you?
Oh, then 17.
Okay.
It wasn't worth the 1 point.
No, it was.
It's a good roll, but he's not an idiot. You know,
I beg to differ.
he does. He is the historian of the city. The royal historian, of course. So he has a pretty good idea as to what this means. I mean, this course is like lycanthropy central right now.
He didn't even know about the Niraziri towers. I don't think he's a historian at all.
He didn't know about the Niraziri towers. That's true. He doesn't seem to know a whole lot about outside of Korth.
I don't think he's a historian.
Sorry, I'm a historian.
But he
for
does.
this
He
country.
does think about it in a moment. But as he's thinking about it, Sion steps in. We need him. No.
For what?
I need a volunteer. And a young man steps out of the shadows. Quickly. Jumped up. I am willing to keep my life. As required. The young man says as he steps up to Sion. I will take this burden. If you allow me.
Don't you have someone in dungeons that we can do this to?
No, she said be innocent.
Has to be
She said it
willing.
has to be
Please,
He must be willing.
I don't think anybody in this room is innocent.
Hildy will give him a big kiss.
You will be blessed by Suna, and you will be given all the rights so that you may be embraced by her when we send you.
That's terrible.
I'll whisper to him.
Do you want us to eat you afterwards?
Who are you whispering this to? What? No, I've realized it.
Well, it would let you, like, kind of live on forever in all of us.
That sounds disgusting.
All right.
How old is this boy?
He looks like he's probably 16.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, that's a man.
Better?
Fantasy times, that's a man.
Young fellow.
It's military age.
Oh man.
Well, if you're willing, then we will try. But this is our only
I thought he was gonna say 8.
chance. As if this fails, then you are stuck with this forever. And I hope your companions understand that if you are stuck with it, well, you know, we will
No,
cross that
you
bridge
said if
when-
I was suffering.
We will cross that bridge when we come to it.
What if I like it?
I'm not sure they would like it.
You didn't say anything about them. You said if
Well,
I was
You would be a
suffering.
threat to society, so I'm afraid.
You have to
They will be your
decide.
they will be responsible for you.
You said if I was suffering.
Yes, which if I fail, you will inevitably be.
I think I'll like it.
If you have one willing innocent, are we sure we want to use it on her? What about the king and queen?
Ooh. Ooh, politics.
Lizzie, that's a very
Well-
good point, but let's not bring that up right now.
Also, they're not going to save the world.
I'll be honest, Hildy's already a threat to society, so I don't see the difference.
Yeah.
And I have to save the world, and they're just rulers here.
Well, she's just
Okay,
the
I
priestess
guess.
is just gonna her eyes are cast down at this point, and just as you're having this part of the discussion, then she looks back to you. Are you willing and ready to do?
I'm waiting on you.
Very well.
I already kissed him goodbye.
Dijon, Isaac and Gijor are like, well, I don't think we need to stick around for this anymore. No, we do not, brother. We shall leave. Sion, you have your hands full with this group.
I'm gonna watch the last episode after this and figure out which one of you's got it.
Yeah. It could be a game of actual werewolf. We don't.
Yeah, that's curious. And then she bet you sit down in the chair, the little boy, the young man, sit down in the other chair. As you do so, she walks over and she places one hand on your head and the other hand on his head. He's sitting calmly, but you can see he's sweating. He's very, very nervous. But the determination in his eyes is this, you can see that he's willing to do whatever it takes for his guild mistress. I'm drinking up. Excuse me. Her hands glow, and you see this strange arc of light between her hands, above your foreheads, connecting. And I'm going to let you make this roll,
Why me?
because this is your fate.
All right.
So,
It's a horrible idea.
there is a 30% chance that she will fail.
Okay.
So if you roll on the die, 30 or less,
I know how it works.
she fails.
All right.
Above that, and she succeeds. Do you want the sacred statue?
No. It didn't do so good for me last time.
No, it
Maybe it'll cure you like
failed the
apathy.
statue. It didn't fail you. Just to be clear.
I want it noted that our DM picked the statue that's also the wall.
What?
60 or 56, sorry.
56, okay. So, you can see that as the light of Suda fills her, the arc gets brighter and brighter. You can see a little dimming in the boy's eyes. And he begins to become sluggish. And you feel this rush of energy through you, and you feel, for a moment, cleansed.
Oh,
And the rest of you watching this whole thing, probably more focused on the boy and what's happening to him as this ritual's taking place. But for just a moment, you see Hildy, but not Hildy, sitting in the chair. She almost appears as a young woman. And in the same garb as what she's wearing, but younger. And then as the ritual fades and the priestess steps back, not seeming to notice any of that, her attention focusing then on the boy and then back to Hildy. Hildy has changed whatever this illusion was that took place, has regained her normal look as you have always known her. So maybe it was well, you can come to your own speculations as to what that was about. But the young man, seemingly tired suddenly, has exhaustion. Your exhaustion's gone.
oh, good. I'm glad.
And she helps him up. We have succeeded. And we will look forward. We will take care of our young friend and his needs until the time comes that he must leave this earth. He has made a great sacrifice for you, Hildy.
Thank you very much.
Do not forget this boy.
What is your name?
His name is Jean.
Seems like a very common name in this part of the world. But I will remember your name, John.
Jean
She's got a little Jean inside her.
Eh,
Okay.
I think he's got a lot of Hildy inside him.
For a moment, Dakir, you hear Sylvia screaming inside you. Another innocent! Another innocent!
Oh, good, he's following me.
Are
I'll
you
just sort
okay?
of try to subtly wipe blood from my nose. I'm fine.
No, I appreciate
Keeps increased wisdom score means that she's
Are
keeping
you
side-eyeing
feeling
him.
okay? Are you feeling well?
I'm fine. I'm just overwhelmed by everything going on.
Yes.
It's very emotional, that poor Stefan boy.
Jean.
John. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
It wasn't hard.
And she leads him out to the cavern, leaving the rest of you, Lucius and Sion, and whomever is in the darkness around you. Oh, one more thing. She says as she leaves, if you decide to go to Neurosaria, I can help you with this. I can get you there quickly via portal to temple, if you like.
We've had some bad luck with portals
I think we've had some bad luck with boats.
and portals.
That was specifically a druid portal. Maybe
All
this
I'm
one will be
saying-
more
Yeah, this is the religious portal.
orderly.
I disagree with that statement, but
It
Yeah,
was a
but that was a
druid portal.
religious druid portal. This is a religious cleric portal.
It's more orderly.
I cheer for the
Directly divine. Big lady herself.
Which one?
The big lady, not the small one
not
that's in the
that big.
sky that's like little sometimes. It
just
reflects the
small.
light of the other.
I'm kind of studying Lizzie as he's saying that to see if she gets a reaction
I'm basically committing blasphemy right now.
yeah,
against our
I'm testing
kind
Kiva's limits.
specifically.
Twitch.
Against
Twitch
what?
or Twitch?
Humans?
Twitch. What's
Actually,
that?
no, you just offended like half the party.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
Because none of us are sure which of our gods you're insulting.
I'm becoming a Suna nationalist.
That's if you even believe in gods.
Oh yeah, you think that we're all just making this shit up
Yep,
because you think therefore it is.
pretty much.
You just had Suna's light poured into you.
To be fair,
Well,
yeah.
I had magic that she thinks came from a god because she's too weak to recognize her own power.
You have a lot going on here, don't you?
Hildy does have a lot going on.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. All of you, I think.
Real quick before we... Are we going to cut back to this scene specifically when we find out who else is cursed?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. At this,
Or are
at
they
this
just
point,
fucked?
No, not at all. Not at all. I'll decide how we're going to handle that once it's determined, if it's determined that somebody else. Because if it was Kiva that was bitten in her bear form, then that may or may not be relevant. So I have to look into that a little bit further. Because I don't think it was you to cure, and I'm not so sure it was Howl. So. I think it was Kiva that got bit specifically in her bear form.
So it's only
that-
when she turns into bear form that she's going to be a werewolf.
Don't worry, I
We're
won't
there.
say anything.
So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. But for now, so they are you're gathered together in the room.
I feel bad.
Okay.
Want some oranges?
Did you want to make a roll? Did you want to make a wisdom roll?
Do I want to? No. Will I? Sure.
Actually, I'm gonna grab some pink points.
11.
Okay. So as you stand up in the chair, you're feeling normal as you always. Aside from the weight of whatever this corruption was you didn't realize was inside you, has been relieved. Your exhaustion's gone. You're feeling pretty good actually.
I feel so much better.
So
You looked better for a second too.
I thought that was just me.
I saw it.
Trick of an eye. You looked young again for a moment.
Well, that's a thing. Sometimes I feel young again. I feel old after getting stabbed by an assassin in a sewer because Kiva wasn't there to watch my back, and she promised to always guard me. But other than that,
I'm sorry.
Oh, I rolled pretty good. I'm gonna try to insight Hildy with a dirty 20 on whether or not is she kind of masking something, or does she know more about that than she's letting on?
Like the looking young.
The form change.
Dirty 20, I would say that she's struggling with some inner uncertainties. And you can tell that she's struggling with something, inside that she's grappling with. It's not really clear, of course, since you don't know any of the details.
I don't think I would pursue that any further because I know that she has found out one of her biggest enemies wasn't Merlin. So I'll just kind of let that go after studying.
Well, I mean, you were privy to a portion of the conversation. The conversation wasn't going on inside just their heads. So you know that things are not completely resolved between them.
Yeah.
But there is some cooling of the tempers, I guess.
I did let him live.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So she can continue with, her.
That's exactly how that interaction went. Yeah, you let him live.
Yep.
So is he like a twat a day? Like the full blood?
He's not, right?
You've never seen him glowing.
How tall is he?
Well, I mean, he and Modana's both are tall, but no.
Modana's got bigger.
He's transformed.
He did transform, but
if they look like Shaquille O'Neal walking around, I'm going to assume they're taught the day.
They're probably taller than average humans.
Yeah.
You haven't seen either of them glow or where Merlin, of course, seems to, be able to cast incredible magic. Adonis also seems to have some command of arcane. So,
Thanks, man.
take that for what it is. Sion just kind of looks around you, at all of you in this dark room. Unless you choose to go to, if you are going to New Azaria, you wish to take the portal,
we probably should.
I will take you to the temple.
We get sidetracked a lot.
Tonight or in the morning, whenever you choose.
Can we assume we'll have safe lodging at the temple?
They all got turned into pigs
Well,
once,
you
Libby.
wouldn't be lodging at the temple.
We do have
Little pigs.
Oh, no,
they're-
you're lodging with me.
They were big fat pigs.
You're
Talking
staying
about
with me.
in Nero Zeri.
Well, I
If we were to go tonight, would we have shelter, or do we not know what to expect then?
You,
I'd say we should take a nap so that way when portal shenanigans happen, we're well rested.
Also, you look very tired.
It also might be worthwhile to spend a little time to. Sorry, I forgot the accent for a second. It might be worth our time to gather some more resources.
God.
And supplies.
Yes, resources.
And supplies.
Listen, Kevin taught me a new word. I'm trying it out. Please allow it, Haley.
you're doing one with it?
Thank you, Kevin.
Is the fighting over?
For now.
Okay. If it stinks,
Thanks for all your help, Kevin.
don't mention.
To be fair, he's gotten really good at hot swapping weapons for me. He is quite useful.
Yeah, the way you got him strapped to your back now,
Yeah.
makes it very convenient. Then we can leave
Everything
tomorrow.
else he would
You'll
be.
have lodgings in with Lucius. And so perhaps when you're ready to go, tomorrow Lucius can take you over to the temple and see you off to New Azaria. When you get there, I suggest that you travel as a trade folk. We have a good relationship with them, and there's no reason that they would immediately try to kill you upon entering their
What about minstrels?
minstrels.
I like to sing.
Sure.
We could be a band of minstrels.
Entertainers, of course. Of course. So,
Owl doesn't hate this idea. Owl doesn't hate it.
this could be interesting.
I'll be security.
I'm going to leave you. Lucius can take you back out. You will be protected and watched, so there will no longer be incidents as what you encountered before. I'm going to see why this creature managed to get here in my sewers in the first place. This is not something that I ever allow happen. Someone's head might roll for this, but that's my concern. To the rest of you, have a good night. We'll see each other again sometime down the road. Lucius, I leave them in your good hands. He walks over and just lays his hand on his elbow. Jakir's back. I feel just...
We don't need him anymore,
I made a
right?
new friend.
He's our lodging.
To get out of here, I don't know the way.
But enjoy that. And she turns to walk back down one of the corridors leading out of this. There's about 3 corridors leading out. One you came in, one that Daisig and Gaijo and the priestess went, and then another corridor that she goes down. All of them dark.
You marked the way out with chalk.
Yes,
Get your hand off me.
and a smudged torch. I'm very smart.
The gear? You seem tense. I can relax you.
That's because he was bitten by a werewolf.
Well, there's no certainty of that.
Our use for you has ended. Get your hand off me.
But you'll be staying with me tonight, yes?
My hand's just going to my side holster. I'm not unsheathing
I
I'm not
thought
unsheathing
you
my
were
dagger.
friends.
But we aren't.
Roll intimidation. With
So-
advantage because of
Well, it's straight roll then. So
So
10 plus.
It's charisma, so -1.
I'm specialized in it. So +2, so 12.
So +2.
it takes him a minute to. He doesn't think you're serious. Are you suggesting that perhaps we have some rough play when we get back to my home?
I think he said back off.
You roll intimidation with advantage.
Please.
Of course she gets advantage.
It would be a straight roll for us.
It's true.
That's 17.
17. There. And at that point, he backs away, and you can see that there's fear, concern, a crushing pain in his eyes
Good!
as he looks at the gear. I thought we were friends. I thought we could just spend time together and get to know each other.
You were a means to an end and nothing more.
Oh, I don't think you should say that.
All right.
Okay. All right, fine. You can find your own way out of here. He starts to work
Okay.
out down one of the corridors.
That's fine.
Oh, Lucius.
How fast
Lucius.
could he possibly move?
And I'm gonna follow up. Lucius, and I'm actually going to plop Kevin off my back real quick. I'm gonna follow Lucius down about like 50 feet out of earshot.
Turn
Listen,
What is it?
listen, Lucius. I want to apologize on behalf of my friend Akir.
Very true.
He's very cruel, but he's just getting over a loss.
Loss?
Deep personal family loss. He's not in the place where he can be entangled in affairs of the heart.
Oh, I understand. I wish I'd known this. Now I understand why because of course he could not be with me.
Let me tell you this, Lucius. Dakir is quite the gentle soul when you get to know him.
I could sense this.
I would say, and you have been quite the gracious host and quite the companion, and I apologize for any inconvenience we have caused you. But I do request that maybe for the next day, allow him some time to settle. We will return after we finish our business in Nerozire, and then perhaps you two can have a nice glass of ale or wine together.
I think this is very wise of you.
Yes.
And as a matter of fact, I am going to spend this evening while you are comfortably in the chambers of my home. Still, my heart goes out to him, and I must write a letter that I will send away with him so that he can understand my feelings and how I can soften his pain.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I think that he will. It would be a masterpiece of words from my heart that will help him want to come back to me.
As the historian, of course, you are quite the master of words, I imagine.
I am. Yes. And of course, I'm the master of the King's Balls.
Of course, I could never forget about the King's Balls.
Yes.
That was quite an eventful one today.
It was, but I don't know what's happening with the King and the Queen. Maybe there will be no balls for a while.
Sad.
So please,
Well,
follow
with
me.
the disease, then the balls
Yes.
might have some problems.
And I'll put my hand on his shoulder. Thank you, my friend.
The balls once full, now are empty.
And I jog back, pick up Kevin, put him on my back. All right, losers, let's go.
And the first thing that you hear as you place Kevin back on you is kind of a, that was beautiful, Howard. That was beautiful. I'm proud of you.
It's weird. I just imagined that I was you and he was me, and I just said all the things I would say if I were you and I were hurt by me.
Very curious that you would think so.
Poetic.
And I'm glad you're open to it, because as we get to know each other better and better, we will become far closer.
Oh, God.
Everybody's
Point of order. Didn't he drop the box where all of us were and walked away? So all of us.
No,
were
he said he
here?
dropped it in the
I
hall.
dropped him about halfway down the hall,
Okay, just making
to
sure.
give just like a little privacy, so Kevin didn't growl at him.
Thank you for your help, Lizzie. I appreciate it.
Oh, anytime.
And when I returned to the group, I'm like, we have research. We still have our logic. Go ahead. Takir sidebar.
That's a good thing because you might have forgotten that we left all of our stuff in his house to go to the ball.
I could get it back.
Not if you piss off the royal historian.
While Hildy's accosting him, I'm dragging him into the
My
hallway.
clothes are just skidding
I'm
along.
dragging him into the hall that Sion went, and I'm going to say, "What the fuck is wrong with you?
Nothing. We don't need him anymore.
We don't need him anymore. Does that mean you have to tell him to his fucking face?"
I could have stopped the Queen from getting injured if he wasn't tethered to me.
Dakir, sometimes people get a little affectionate. I understand. You are an attractive man to these people. And I think that if you leaned into it a little bit, several things could go a lot easier for our group.
I don't see how when this creature would not let me go at any point.
Creature.
I could not do anything that I normally would in a fight. It endangered all our lives.
Dakir, dear, if Kiva and Howl couldn't stop the werewolf, you certainly couldn't.
I feel I pulled my weight, but I'm sorry you feel differently.
You've pulled your weight, but you don't need to chop the man's head off in front of everybody around here.
I need my
He did chop
mobility,
off the other
and he
man's
hampered
head.
that.
And I've gotten you your mobility back. He will leave you alone for as long as we are still in court. I promised him, and you can't get mad at this. I promised him when we return, you two will share a drink together and be cordial.
That's your promise to keep, not mine.
No, it's going to be your promise to keep.
We
Whatever
should
you say.
probably.
I will ensure it.
You don't need to come back.
I won't.
I did say, I gave you a way out. I said, when we return.
I'm just sort of just have the whole group.
Yeah, we're all ganged up on you now.
The sidebar turned into a.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody follow.
I followed the footprints.
I think Lucius is most of the way back.
Let's have this talk as we're leaving.
Starting a new, he's like lighting a new torch at this point.
Yeah.
And you can see him just kind of waiting down there, quietly,
You
timidly.
can just see the dim light from
Yes.
I'm gonna hang back and let the rest of the group follow him more closely, and I'm just gonna, mind and favorite Lizzie.
Thank you.
It takes a little while to get back up to get out of the sewers. The stink, the smell, just the awfulness of being down there. The shadows around you that are just constantly, moving, seemingly deliberately, so that you know that you're being protected. And back out onto the streets. When you do have eye contact with Lucius, it's brief, and he has this very sympathetic, sad stare as he kind of looks at you thoughtfully and sadly, and then he continues. He's very cordial and polite as you arrive at his home, and he doesn't try and touch you or get close to you. He's not standoffish, but just like he's giving you space. And again, just this perpetual look of sympathy as he looks toward you.
I'm going to slink in and out and go to the galvanic hooks.
What do you do? I try to do a quick sidebar with you, actual sidebar with you.
All of you have something to say to me all of a sudden.
So that's just what I was just saying. He's letting you go to whatever devices that you choose. He retires for the evening.
Yeah.
It's quite late and he's quite tired.
Are you going to tell me how wrong I am as well?
No. I kind of get it. I mean, I literally ran away from an arranged marriage, so I do kind of get it, although I did it by just ignoring the guy until wedding day, at which point I ran away and never heard from him since, aside from the posters. But
I feel like we have a lot going on.
I don't talk about it. I don't really go back to Europe anymore anyway.
This
So,
group is just baggage.
I get it. I just had a question. Fat Man's daughter, I remember you have some. Is there anything we need to be concerned about with that?
Not at the time, but you'll be the first to know.
Got your back. Go,
Kind of
go.
like, go to put a hand on your shoulder and stuff, and just
I give you an arm hug, like a little arm hug.
awkwardly pat.
It's
Yeah, that's-
awkward.
Yeah, I go with it. And are you staying the night or are you running away?
I'm going to the gallivanting hooks. As much as I avoid my people, I feel like tonight I should be around them.
Catch you in the morning then.
Right.
Is there room for me? Somewhere in here?
You can have his room. It's got a really weird shaped bed.
Yes, as a newcomer, yeah, Lucius would have his gnome houseman prepare a room for you as well, separate from everyone else. Just like they all have their own rooms. He's happy to do so. So as far as this evening is concerned, you're going to slip out and go back to the Galvanic Hoops, where
Yes.
you already have a room.
Yes.
Are the rest of you staying the night here?
I'll let them sleep off their exhaustion.
Right?
Yeah.
Because
We'll have a little trance.
okay. Anything
I'm
happening
sleeping.
during the night otherwise?
I hope not.
Yeah. You tell us, Deacon.
We shall see. So we're going to go take a break and come back. Hopefully, or as these guys hope, we come back to a new dawn. We shall see this moment.
Should I erase this hit point damage, or?
Not yet.
Not
I'll let
yet.
you know when it's time to erase damage. My God, aren't you in a hurry?
Kevin's the only one liking that.
Welcome back, everyone, as we get back into it. Hoping for a calm night, as the party feels like they deserve one.
Don't like that he said that.
So
We are being hunted, but
we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I will not contest that the Kier was able to get out of the manor without any trouble. As far as you know, the only one that, other than Lucius, that's in the house is his little caboodler houseman. And so you get back out, you get out to the inn where you're more comfortable with folk as yourself. Commonplace in this tavern. And the rest of you going right to bed, sleeping off your exhaustion. Is there anything you wanted to do while you were in that tavern?
He'll go to like the common area to socialize, and then quickly realize how out of touch he is with his homeland, and just sort of give up, and then just go to his room and kind of sulk.
And there are centaur there who look up, smile, invite you over to the table or whatever, and then you could choose to not partake in that.
Yeah. Well, he'll try, but then he'll get to the table and they'll start talking about either Gaudis or, and he'll just, his eyes will sort of glaze over and realize he's just not part of that world.
Because immediately what they're going to ask is things like, wait, where are you from? What are you doing here in Court? That sort of thing. As in a friendly manner, like you might expect suddenly being among your own people. There's humans in here, a couple of elves. There are computer gnomes, but the centaur themselves are the dominant. One of the few places other than the Gaudis in this tavern, designed just for them, run by centaur. You're kind of the dominant race here.
Yeah.
So you feel, whether you feel comfortable with that or not.
Every question they ask just leads down the dark road, and eventually he realizes he's really bringing them. Like it's, oh, where are you from? The Isle of Gaudis originally, and then my family died horrifically too.
Which is going to lead to more questions.
Yeah. So yeah, the creeping death, which killed them slowly until they were nothing but shriveled husks of their former self. And it's just, the mood's going to keep getting more and more somber until he realizes that he's the problem. He's just going to, good night, excuse me.
Yeah, definitely taking the conversation to a dark place. Centaurs are good-natured folk for the most part. They can be rather savage if necessary, and their thinking and the way that they do things, the way they conduct their laws and how they view outsiders. But those that do travel outside of Gaudis are generally a lot more open-minded and easier to get along with. They're willing to get along with different races. And
Sexual, friendly.
It's just a way of saying hello.
So you would know that they're probably looking at you as one of those that probably should have stayed on the island. And what the fuck are you doing out?
Yeah.
Who let you off the boat? Type thing.
Much smaller than most of them.
Well, there's good, there's a good portion of small and larger ones, So there's probably a lot more smaller ones and larger ones that would be around in that tavern. But so,
he just goes to his room and covers his head with a pillow and just, please let me sleep tonight.
Okay.
Please.
They don't.
So during the night, as you were all sitting out for exhaustion, you feel there at different times, each one of you, even Carrie, though you're not, but the rest of them, you feel a tug on your mind. You know it's a dream. You don't know if it's it wakes you when it happens, as you feel this tug, almost as if your consciousness is trying to leave your body for a moment. But then, almost as if you wake up in a confused state, you just kind of shake it off, and it seems to just kind of fade away, as if you just experienced a bad dream. But it doesn't offer any like visions or, it's just this feeling. as if you're trying to be pulled away from your body, your consciousness, and into who knows. Hildy, you're restless as well. This doesn't affect your sleep as far as, getting your hit points back and dropping the exhaustion. But Hildy, you're especially...
if Hildy feels that, she'll let it go. She'll be like, go, see what it is.
But it's not a feeling that you can choose to let go or not let go. It's just the feeling that it's happening, and then once you realize it's happening, you wake up. But yours is a little bit different. You're not having that feeling.
No.
You're not having this particular sensation. Your sensation is more of dreams about towers, dreams about these ledgers. You see 4 figures, shadowy figures, holding these tablets in the distance. One of them steps forward and he shows you the tablet, and upon it is a tower. There's no color, you don't know what color it is, but it's the shape of a tall, linear tower on the tablet. And then at the bottom of the tablet, you can see what appears to be the broken shard of a crown that you saw from your vision on the island of Nayai. And this kind of repeats itself over and over in your mind throughout the night, waking you constantly. And the last dream you have before you wake up is this deep sinking feeling that something terrible is about to happen. It's so real to you that you think it's actually happening before you wake up. The ground cracks open and you see that there's a sudden flash of heat that just blows up from this crack, that's just opening like an earthquake, and you see flames and fire erupting from below. A lot like what you saw in...
I was just going to say, is it the same as when we went to the other plane?
But it's different. It seems like it's more localized. And you see as if it's happening in Korth. And so for a moment, that's why you realize, or you think that it's really happening. But it's daylight when it's happening. And then just as you feel yourself falling into this gulf, you awaken. And you're left with that feeling of shock and fear of something that you somehow just managed to escape. And in that moment, you see all of your companions writhing with you in those flames before consciousness comes back.
Oh, that's not gonna be good.
And then morning arrives.
Yay.
And we're fully rested, right?
And you're fully rested,
I
yes.
just have to double check.
He said it wasn't going to affect it.
Yes.
When we were feeling that sensation of being pulled away from our bodies, does that remind us of the phenomenon that happened with Kirky when we started to see those dreams?
This was just a sensation.
Right. The physical feeling when that stuff was happening.
It would be so profound to you that I'm not going to make you roll, because I think it's something you would know right away. It's different. It's very different. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very different. But it's not something. And it's not something that just the sensation that you forget right away.
Yeah.
It doesn't lessen any as you waken. You can still think back on it and feel that pull from the night before. It just felt so real. Very strange. Lucius does not greet you in the morning as you awaken, and the Kabooter gnome makes sure that you have breakfast if you want. It informs you that Lucius will be sleeping in late, and that he wishes you well on your journey, and that he would be happy himself to take you to the Temple of Suda to worship whenever you like. See, it's not clear that he knows what exactly was going on. He believes he's taking you to the Temple of Suna to worship if you choose. Now, Nakir is still at the other tavern inn, so you realize that he's not there with you in the morning. And none of you actually realized. Did you announce that you were going to skip out?
I mean, even if
Keep it before we head out.
they talked.
Before heading out, I grab a bird as an animal messenger and just have one, send one to Dakir like I did that one other time. And it like the other time, it just flies, almost hits you, squawks very loudly in my own voice, like, we're going to the Temple of Suna, meet us when you're ready. We're going now.
To muffle it.
And then it just squawks louder because this is a bird that needs to deliver a 25-word message.
Tell her to get better at her craft, and I'll shoot away and get ready.
After I get my message, it's just a bird in your room.
I don't know how it works.
That's fair.
He thinks it's an alarm clock. He's hitting it.
It's animal cruelty.
Okay. So, you understand from this message that they are going to the Temple of Suna.
Yeah. I'll get dressed and just start heading out and meet them there.
Okay, all right. So, you're a little bit further away than they are. They're actually not too far from the temple. They're
Far enough to be waylaid.
I'm also faster than all of them.
By a significant margin. Twice as fast.
The city is vibrant in the morning. Everything is like any other morning in a large city where people are going about their business. Your trade is brisk, and you're not too far from the marketplace, one of the marketplaces anyway. And people here just seem happy and well dressed in their finery as they go about. You're not close to the port, which is in Port Frantic, which is some distance away, but to the river port where the loggers come in. You can kind of hear that in the distance. You know, the dinging of bells and the hollering of crew. And you can probably even see from the elevated position that you are, the river, and some of the large barges that are starting to move down the river. It's probably not very early in the morning, so it's fairly crowded around the palace. Although there are whispers, as you know, amongst those that you pass. You hear people talking. The talk of the day is obviously what happened in the ball at the palace the night before. You know, there's rumors about the king and the queen being ill. That everything on their schedule has been closed. There's going to be no. There's going to be no meetings with them or any of the events that they had planned have all been canceled. And so it's pretty common knowledge that something has occurred, but a lot of confusion as to what. And it wouldn't be unusual for the information to be suppressed anyway. So, the caboodler takes you within sight of the gold domes of Suna, probably 150 yards away, you know, some distance that you can see, and just points. That is.
Thank you, Paprika. We'll miss you.
Paprika.
I request you don't make a snack of this one. Let's just...
Another day. And he just stomps off back toward the manor.
When Dakir is here, I think we should talk. I may have had a vision last night. Usually they're not very good, so we might want to talk to that priestess. Or maybe call Merlin. I don't know.
Well, I think he'll be here pretty soon.
On the road leading up to the temple, we'll assume that here catches up to you.
Can I come out of the shadows?
If you choose to.
No.
Like the first time you hide from Kiva in a
My
frickin'
rumble
city.
was sticking out.
Stumble out of the shadows.
Hello. No, even better. We see him walking down in broad daylight. Realizes, stops, has an idea. ducks into the alleyway.
We want the whole execution of the idea.
Like a full-on Mr. Bean moment.
Looking from behind a crate.
Oh my god. So the rest of them are just kind of staring at you as you come out of the shadows.
Takir, where'd you come from?
I was just testing your skills of
Is he doing it again? I can't see. Is he doing it again?
Yeah, I guess he is pretty rogue-like.
Well, I remember you did mention that you
Roguish.
are a lot better at this in not cities.
I tend to thrive more. Don't abandon my voice. I tend to thrive more in natural environments than there's less eyes around.
Let's do. You were fun.
I hide better when nobody's looking at you.
Me too. I as well am very stealthy in an empty room.
I once pulled the covers over my head. I think that was about what you did.
Shall we get on with it?
I think we can stand to appraise you a little bit more.
I can see.
All right. So, from here, heading on up to the temple, or do you want to do something else?
How are we feeling on equipment, healing potions, food, rations, all of that?
Oh, I'm good.
I've been living
food
off of
rations,
her
yes.
good berries
Yeah,
for
I have been-
weeks.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I'm getting a little backed up.
I think my rations have gone bad at this point. I haven't eaten any of them.
Once again, I do always just have one first level spell slot always marked off for good berries every morning.
All right.
Just like,
Thank you.
I have rations.
I'm just.
One.
I do. Oh, sorry. Jesus. We're both having voice problems.
Good berries.
Paprika! I don't know what his real name is.
he's gone.
Did he leave?
Oh yeah, he's
gone.
after Hildy's remarks. He just
Hildegard. Every time. I kind of would like to get something with a little bit more range as a weapon before we head off.
You have a spear, dear.
It doesn't go. I have to throw it.
That's a lot of range. You throw things.
Yeah, I can throw it and then I gotta go pick it up.
What if you hold the very back end and just poke people?
I tried. The guy down in the sewers kept getting away from me.
Oh, maybe you're just not very good at it. Mm-hmm. You should give it to Dakir. He seems better with sharp things than you.
It's true though.
I'm going to ignore that comment. But I would like to try and find a shop of some kind that, even if it's
You're looking for a bow crossbow or what?
Or polearm.
like a farm.
Oh, hold on.
If I had a magical
Like a
bow and
halberd
arrow,
sort
would
of
you
thing,
want
yes.
it?
I don't make as good use of the more dexterity.
Oh, good. I don't have one of those.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, so without spending a whole lot of time on searching for a place to buy a weapon, there would be, within the city, several places where you could buy weapons. Armorsmith, weaponsmith, stores that sell that sort of thing. So you'll be able to find one in the morning.
Yeah.
It's not magical,
Right.
unless you're specifically trying to find something magical. But what you are able to find just nearby would be the polearm of your choice. That you can just
Okay, cool.
You just use the player handbook.
Cool. Perfect. Pick up one of those and while we're here, is there anything that sells potions? That we could find?
There would be potions are generally sold, and by either apothecaries or by the priesthood
Right.
of various religious orders, depending on what type of potions you're looking for.
Gotcha. Okay. Fine. Then we could do that at the temple then.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Okay.
Hildegard looks like she has something important to say.
Oh, yes, she said she wanted to wait for you and then tell us about a vision.
Well, I don't know if I should wait for the priestess. I think this city might be destroyed.
Another one?
Well, yes.
Mike and Lioness?
No, like in Remy.
That's before me.
What happened in Remy?
Actually, is that before everybody?
Everybody at the table.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I said it.
Oh.
Well, there were some things. We should go talk to the priestess.
Okay.
She might be able to talk to Merlin.
What gives you this feeling? Why do you think this?
Well, whenever I have scary dreams at night, things come true, and then things try to kill us, and we have to save the world, and there's monsters.
It sounds like we should take this seriously then.
Well, I had a scary dream. That was why I asked you to sleep with me on the boat. It wasn't because of your thing.
What thing?
Well,
Your wiener.
she did mean that,
What's a wiener?
literally.
Your penis.
Lizzie's gonna blush.
Are you?
Can we go like 5 minutes without somebody thirsting after
We're
the tea?
talking about the death of countless lives, and you're making
You could probably count them.
how?
1, 2, 3.
Let's
4,
find the
5,
priestess, shall we?
6.
I agree with Lizzie.
We'll go to the temple.
Are you wearing like a cape that would hide your manhood? So are you just dressed like normal?
No, he's got one of those. He's got one of those. That
So
you know the tribe with the gourd and the
he's a
string. He's
roar.
got one of those.
No, it just
Okay,
Just
I
when
jump
nobody
in the cold
mentions it.
water, a pool, cold water. Yeah. As you approach the temple, you can see this is a huge temple. White walls, arches, big golden domes, and marble staircase that is flanked by huge columns that raise high into the air before you, and to a pair of double doors in the center, and then two smaller ones on each side. As you're walking up, you see that there's a number of people going in and out, just regular people. Then there are priests of Suna, priests and priestesses, that are speaking with, praying with, just talking with various citizens on the steps, sitting with them, not really preaching for to a crowd or anything, but just having individual moments with people. And then at the very top of the stairs, as you get to the bottom of the stairs that lead up, you see the door suddenly swing open, and Sulla, the high priestess of Suna, the one that you had met before, comes bursting through, standing at the top of the stairs. She looks down at you and says, "Do not cross the threshold!" Chris, as soon as she says that, Hildy immediately just stiffens. You see her eyes go wide, and she starts speaking. And in front of you, a great crevice opens. Fire, flames, come spilling forth.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is what I was
Everything
talking
that
about.
she started to describe seems to be happening right here. Just screaming, yelling, people running in every direction. The temple is just falling into pieces, just engulfed in this madness that has opened up before you. Everybody make a dex save. You're on the precipice.
I see this, so I can do this with advantage, right?
Sure. You see it happening right in front of you. All of you see it.
Cool. I'm gonna try
nice.
to do something.
But
I want to roll to disbelieve the mentalist bullshit that may or may not be happening.
all right, make a wisdom save.
21.
21. Okay.
But I also did make a fucking 19 for the deck save.
Okay. 19 dex.
18 decks.
that one, so
No. Wait, you get 4. Wait, you get evasion. Doesn't that give you?
no, it's just doesn't sound advantage. It just I automatically take half.
Half or none.
On a half on a fail, none on a success.
Okay, Lizzie and
23.
17.
okay. All right. So you guys did fairly well, very well actually, as you're just literally teetering on the edge of this crevice.
Well, I knew what was coming.
that's you didn't know it was coming now.
I did not.
As it begins to become wider and wider, engulfing the people and the temple itself. Is coming in. As you're attempting to disbelieve this,
You fall in, going,
Yeah, that's I'm like, God damn it, is Hildy doing so? I'm more like, is Hildy making this happen? That's what
Right.
what that role is.
no, I get it.
Hildy's clearly not that powerful.
She's not that powerful, but she might think she is, and that might make us believe she is.
It does look like she's doing it.
Yeah.
This is what I was talking about.
Well, looking at her, she seems as fearful as the rest of you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you look over, and what you see is a young Hildy. She doesn't look old. She looks like a young, vibrant, somewhat attractive. You know, is
Pretty
a little
attractive.
argumentative, but I mean, maybe plain.
fairly attractive. Fairly attractive.
We can say that she's striking. That is.
Okay, we'll give you striking.
That's a word that can have
A
neutral.
handsome
beauty.
woman.
A handsome woman.
Most importantly, she looks young.
Yeah.
You know, as you stare at her, and then there's this great gust of heat, and there's a roar from below, and despite your fantastic dex saves, you go plunging to the inferno. And what you find below may not be what you expected. Rather than falling into fire, falling into a pit of flames, magma, whatever might be there, you find yourself standing, suddenly facing a very unusual sight. Well, let's get it on the map.
Oh my god.
What have you done?
I'm sorry.
I have one thing that might help.
You don't even know what we're fighting.
It'll only help me.
Oh. Still don't know what we're fighting.
Well, I'm just saying
Says
that,
we're
like, there's
fighting.
fire.
We're not fighting.
Battle
Yeah.
net.
It's called being angry.
He just said map.
All right, so you guys are appearing basically right here.
Me and
What
Kevin.
happens if we fail the dick save?
Dick save?
Kevin's up
When we fell in.
Kevin is-
What? Oh.
Yes!
No,
Kevin was engulfed in flames.
Kevin's not there.
You can place your guy wherever.
Because it's all in your head.
Yeah, because it isn't real.
Well, we'll see if it's real or not
You
real.
switched me in hell.
Okay, so
I can put you right here.
if you find if you find yourself, if you move into any of those lines there that actually have fiery flames emerging, you will take additional damage.
Oh, cool.
You know that pretty instinctively, I think. So
The floor is lava.
I'm gonna just stand near you. Takir, where would you like to go? Want to be forward or back?
Back.
Okay, so I'll be
Put him in the fire.
forward with you. No, because he put you on the map with the fire, so I'm putting you on not fire.
Thank you.
now, what this reminds you of immediately is the scene below Lioness in the mall, where you went through that portal briefly, and the just the acrid smoke, the devastated land space. Looking into the distance, you see just towering infernos in every direction, mountains, what were once forests on fire, perpetual fire. You see vague figures moving in the haze all around you in the distance. But what's clear is what you see in front of you. And it seems to be a very high, tall doorway. There's what looks like an altar, a sacrificial altar that has been placed, or you're in this place that you have found. See if we can get a better angle. It's a little bit wider, so you ought to be able to turn it, however, just to get as much in it as you can. And it's hot. It's just incredibly hot.
What do you want more of? More of the altar?
Because we don't got any altar.
Yeah, it's not very wide, is it?
Altered beast.
Yeah, let me just go to the overview so that we can show the overview. That'll give you a little better idea of the expansive
Twice
nature.
as old as you are.
Probably.
You can move the whole thing if you want to get it better in the camera. However it works.
I'm a youngin'.
So,
There you go.
yeah. And then that strange doorway that's illuminated with the bodies that hang on each side. It's a scene from hell.
But literal hell, because we went there that one time.
As you
My
experienced
least
the
favorite
infernal
vacation.
planes in the past, here
Chicken.
you are once again. And we're going to roll for initiative.
Awesome.
Yeah, I get advantage on that.
Just disoriented at first as you appear in this area, falling down into it. You don't feel the heavy thud of
so
impact
fucking
that you would expect. The flames and burning heat all around you is quite searing. And a voice just kind of echoes from an indistinct location. They're curious. And appearing not far in front of you, a tall figure emerges as if out of nothing.
Tall like Hildy? Tall like 10 foot?
Oh, tall like
It's gonna be like the pit fiend we fought.
tall like scary. So
Alright.
This time we're actually gonna have to fight
Yeah.
instead of running like a bunch of wimps.
Oh.
That is way bigger. That's not tall.
That's not tall. That's colossal.
Monstrous.
Yeah, this gargantuan creature it stretches into the hazy dust of ash and flames all around, pointing and looking directly at you.
Howl.
You're curious.
He wants you.
Possible. I find my
Hildy, can you translate?
Can I?
Can you, young lady?
Oh, yeah. Yes. But you don't want to know.
It's saying,
He said,
you're in my realm now. And here, you will suffer
that
before you die.
and that.
Great.
You may roll over 20.
No.
Really? Okay. All right. So, this is getting an auspicious start.
I don't do well in initiative rolls. I
Anybody over 18? No?
Here,
It's
you're
over?
supposed to be good.
Well, I'm curious. Is that what they see right now or no?
Well, no, she does.
But they don't.
No.
Okay.
Is it the Brad stall?
It might be. It's more of a
Anybody
cabbage
over
patch.
15? Nobody over 15? Are you kidding me?
Just listen, Ravik.
Wait, Alex.
Not all of us have legendary actions, sir.
You don't have to have a legendary action to do
Nope.
it. Okay. Anybody over 10?
13.
13? 13?
14.
Oh, it's okay. So, wow.
Guys, we were so fucking in sync.
You know why? We all landed together. We all acted at the same time.
I'm very proud of us. We, as a group, this is
Yeah.
the most bonding we've ever done.
All right, so Dex.
14.
14 and
I believe 14.
14.
14.
Okay, so what's your 14?
Should we roll off for it?
Yeah, roll up for it.
Sure.
Give me a second.
I got 18.
I got a 3.
Okay, so then it's
So I go for it now. It's golf rolls.
then it's going to be Howl, and then it's going to be
Lizzie.
and then
What did you
what
get?
was your roll,
here.
Kiva?
10.
Oh. Not that far off.
Double digits. I'm used to hearing like a 4 from you.
High precision, low accuracy.
Didn't you roll like a 3 last time?
I was last in initiative. Yes, that is correct.
That's every combat.
God, man. Every time I make a druid, she goes last. The fight can never be a rogue because rogues need to go first.
Yeah.
Because
Apparently I still
I
am.
got the cure. The cure is
Does Zakir do something?
as you come. Did you see all this happening? You see the searing heat is just absolutely unbearable. You're feeling not damage at this point, but you're feeling it's like you just dropped right into a broiler. So staying here very long is definitely going to not be good for your health. But your probably your focus at this point is on the creature in front of you. What are you going to do? He's a distance away.
His eyes are just wide, trying to absorb everything that just happened in the last 6 seconds, and we have to find a portal out of here. We're going to burn alive. I just want to cast a quick glance around to see if there's any way to leave besides the giant scary door with the bodies on either side.
Passively, or
I'm not using an action.
not using it. So passively,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
All you see is haze. This just runs off this haze. Runs the land, this burning land, runs off in the distance into the haze. The only semblance at all of any type of an exit doorway, whatever you want to call it, would be that one in front of you that he's standing between you and it.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out my oath bow then. Swift death to you who have wronged me. And I'm going to shoot. Plus 6, 16.
16. Okay, you watch as it glances off the creature's thick hide.
Shit.
It didn't twitch, it didn't move, didn't do anything. It just watches you. This evil glare.
I'm gonna try to move crossing one of the rivers of fire.
You can easily jump over them.
Okay.
So that's not a problem. It's just if you land within, end your turn on one, you know you're going to take damage.
I'm gonna pin myself against the stalagmite, trying to
Okay.
break line of sight with it.
Get some cover, like half cover.
Yeah.
3/4.
And that's it.
All right. So, so Dakir does what he can initially.
Oh, we'll bonus action stuff. Sorry.
Okay.
Plus 9's 23.
All right. So you feel pretty well hidden behind that stalactite, type, whatever one comes up from the bottom. Okay, Hildy, what are you doing?
Mites come up from the bottom.
Got it.
Hildy is going to take her last vial of holy water and cast catapult at the thing. It needs to make a dex save.
Okay. What are you going to catapult?
Holy water.
A vial of holy
The
water.
vial of holy water. Okay, the vial.
It's actually pretty genius.
All right.
Yeah, how dexy is this gargantuan
Didn't work
creature?
last time.
It's-
No, because she tried it on the werewolf and it missed.
I didn't say she was good at it.
So the vial goes screeching
I remember
toward
that
it,
vividly.
and it just kind of goes.
But does it hit anything interesting?
It doesn't hit him.
Okay,
Just keep going
then
here, like,
at 90 feet it would hit the altar behind him. Does holy water do anything
Possible. I mean-
to that altar or doorway?
As the holy water, you just watch as the vial shatters on the altar, the body that's lying there, stripped of skin and much of its sinew, but it still appears to be bleeding. Oddly enough, as this blood or crimson liquid is dripping off the sides of the altar. You see it just kind of sizzle and steam, and that's it.
Okay, well, it also takes 25 points of bludgeoning, if that helps anything.
Bludgeoning the altar?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a.
Is that siege damage?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess there might be a little bit of a a splinter of stone or whatever.
I don't know.
Looks like it got punched.
Well,
25 points though, that's a lot of damage.
Looks like it got punched by Howl.
So
she's going to move a little more onto solid stone and less next to the fire.
so far the thing has not reacted. It's just kind of like watching you. Hal, what are you gonna do?
I don't have Kevin. I don't have.
No, you don't have Kevin.
So I don't have my equipment.
Oh shit.
That sucks so much.
That's what you get for trusting Kevin.
Don't you wear one on your hip or something?
Nope.
It does not.
Well, put on he probably needs the on his Christmas list a scabbard.
You just had a pole arm, though. Aren't you still carrying it? You just bought it.
So I'm gonna.
Wait,
That's
you-
full movement
Are
dash.
you carrying the pole arm that you just bought?
No, it's in
Put it
Kevin.
Yeah. You mean
I had a bag of holding and now I don't have it
But you
anymore.
did not. You did not say you put it in Kevin. We just
It's
bought it.
presumed. I'm presuming
is it?
is because we're walking up to the temple. I'm not going to be like, here's me with my pike.
You might have been showing it off while Hildy was describing it.
Oh, we all.
Maybe you did. I don't know.
All right, are you, when you get to that point?
Full movement dash. That's all I got.
All right.
Yeah.
So at this point, the creature is casting his gaze at each of you.
Oh wait, I would have had more movement. I forgot my movement.
You want to complete your movement?
Do you need 20 more feet?
Yep. So that would be another 10 to get there. 15, 20. Terminator
As you
running.
get close to this altar, and also this strange rock that's been chained down. It seems to float above the ground. The chain's holding it to the ground. There's another body there, and you see the blood again, just crimson liquid, thickly dripping off the sides. You can smell just the pungent stench of decay and like burnt flesh that is just fills your nostrils. More than anything else. And the creature looks in your direction, Hal, and you watch as its eyes just kind of blaze. And you need to make a wisdom save.
How's your wisdom?
It's fine.
She's just showing off that she took resilient.
Wisdom save. That would be 19.
19? Okay. All right, you failed.
Oh, it's one of those encounters.
Yeah.
23 points of fire damage as you literally immolate. Your body just is just burst into flames.
Oh, that's gonna happen to all of us, by the way.
And
That was in my dream.
the creature is just going to stand there.
Huh.
Okay. So he's going to stand there, and once again you hear, take the...
Oh, great, it knows a fucking name.
You just hear how burning through the fire.
Lizzie, what are you going to do? Your friends are on fire. It's hot.
I am going to activate my ring of protection.
Okay.
So she has the protection of good and evil spell on herself only.
Okay, so that will give her what?
Disadvantage. The attack rolls on disadvantage from any fiend or undead.
Okay,
Or,
all right. Got it.
What did it say that time, other than my name?
Zirkras.
Oh, bro.
What it's saying
and
is, I am here. That's what you understand it to be saying. I am here.
Oops. And I'll take my movement to stand in front of Hildy over here.
Okay.
And that's it.
Can you help me speak that language or only understand it?
So far, you've spoken it only one time. Now, it doesn't mean you can't attempt to speak it, but you've spoken it only one time. But you've been getting better at understanding it.
That's not theirs either.
Kiva, you're up.
Okay. So I'm going to do what's worked for me in the past, but not quite. Use my action to wild shape into something that you don't expect, which is not a bear.
Yeah, what's it gonna be?
Giant hyena. I've done that once before.
Okay, all right. Let's get your giant hyena, which I believe.
It's not as good to an attacker, but it has something else.
The movement.
Yeah.
I know I have the hyena.
It can also bite through a rhinoceros's leg bone.
Thanks.
What do I do with the
There it
hyena?
is.
But can it bite through the bow's leg bone?
I don't know. Is that it on the left? Up front. Top.
Left up front top. Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay.
Yeah. Eagle eye.
Yeah. Okay, here you go.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Right. And then I look at you and say, I'm gonna pull fire. Do whatever bullshit you're gonna do and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Glad she said that after turning into a.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I do say that in growls.
So,
8, 9.
Q doesn't know how her own wild shape works.
She knows she does apathetic.
Now is not the time for apathy.
Or
There's a giant fuck demon in the middle of the table.
are you dashing or is that your movement?
that's my movement.
Okay. And your action was changing?
Action was changing shape, bonus action, rage, since I saw he got hurt the second he got close.
Okay. All right, is that it for Kiva?
That's it for Kiva.
All right, so the end of the round. All of you where you're standing. The heat is definitely pressing it upon you at this point. There's nothing you can do to avoid it because it's environmental. 25 points of fire damage.
Half to 12?
This you can't avoid.
No, because I'm raging and I have,
She
since
has
I'm bear totem,
resistance.
I get resistance to fire damage.
So if it's just regular resistance, not because you have to see it.
It's just regular
Avoid
resistance.
last feature.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then you'll be able to have it.
She's
Thank
just
you.
burly.
Otherwise, 25.
Mm-hmm.
There is no save in this environment. Okay, and this is going to bring us to the top of the round with Dekir. What are you going to do?
Shit!
It's a good start.
Get to the door. It's the only thing I can think of.
And I'm going to shoot once with advantage. That's an 18 or a 5. I'll take the 18. That'll be 24 to hit.
Okay, 4.
Yep.
And what are you hitting with?
My both though.
Okay, yes, that hits.
Do I get sneak attack on it? Because I was stealth?
Yes, you were hidden,
Okay.
and yeah.
10, 15, plus 15, 30.
30 points, not bad.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get it in its face. And then after that, I'm going to bonus action dash. 10, 20, 30, 40. I can get to the door.
Okay.
I'm just going to run straight through it if I can.
Okay. So yeah, it's slightly ajar, and so you have to just pull it open. It's a really big door. So you can attempt to pull it open if you want. It's normally a free action to open a door, but this is a really big door. So you've used your action and your movement.
I've used everything, so if
Yeah,
I have to use an
so-
action to open it, I have to wait.
It's not when you attempt to open it, just like you'd open any other door.
Mhm.
It doesn't feel like it's opening easily.
Okay.
So you may have to use some extra.
Okay.
If it'll open any further. That's it from Dekir?
Yep.
Okay, Holly, you're up.
I'm 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She will take her movement. She will say, try to say in his language,
Right.
go away and wait till I'm ready for you.
Okay.
I don't know what I have to roll to say that.
Well, you make the attempt to say it. Go and roll an intelligence.
Well, that's not going to work. Oh. 19 plus 3, 22.
Yeah, so it actually comes out pretty good.
Okay.
Remarkably, I mean, you're surprised. And
I am a little
with everything going
surprised.
on, with the heat and everybody dying around you, you're surprised at how you're able to articulate that rather well. It definitely understands you as its gaze shifts to you very quickly, but it doesn't respond immediately.
And I am going to cast Shatter on the ground at its feet,
Okay.
hoping to drop it into its little pit if I can. I don't know.
Like drop it into some of the lava, like some of the rocks that are unstable.
Yeah, something.
All right.
This is where you
What is
find
that
out
with,
it's near the fire.
Yeah, it's
Obviously.
Is there a deck save involved with that?
A creature.
Fairly difficult terrain, though. Not the.
Creature's in a 10-foot radius sphere, so it has to make a con save.
Okay.
Like, isn't there a thing like inorganic structures take double or something?
Yes. So, and let's see if I can roll as good as I did last time. Nope. So 16, the ground and him, if he fails his con save.
Okay. So
I don't think he will, but
it doesn't appear as if he failed his con save, but the ground itself, as it shakes, you can see that it's kind of a cracking, fissures opening up, small rivulets of the fire and the lava moving throughout. He is still appears to be standing pretty. He seems stable at this point, but some of these smaller pieces that have broken off are floating in the lava pools. They're moving, by the way. It's not like they're just stagnant. Anything else from Hildy?
no, she's blown her wad.
Okay.
She talked, she moved, she acted.
Before Howl goes, he's going to suddenly shift from one position to the next. Right here.
Well, fuck me.
And no, Hal, you're up.
Great. Can you move me the rest of the way to the door?
1, 2. You got movement.
Yeah, I know. Bonus action rage, and I'm going to use my action to try and.
Okay, roll athletics. You trying to open it, or it's partially open right now?
Trying to open it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can try and pull it open?
During that, I just. Manage. Would this just be straight strength, or would this be athletics?
Athletics.
Cool. Oh, that was nice, finally.
Good, you got that advantage though.
That will be 26.
26, huge.
Yeah.
So the gear's kind of in the way of the door?
Not anymore. I rolled a 26.
As you pull the door, just
I move with the door as I was trying to pull it. Just
you make a deck save. As he pulls it forward.
substantial. 21.
Okay, all right. So
Wow.
you're able to maintain your little booty feet as he pulls it forward. And you kind of go with it.
I like to think he wrapped all four legs around the door.
Daddy, no.
Oh.
And the door is now open, wide enough that anybody can go through. Any man-sized creature.
Looking around.
All you see beyond it, by the way,
Yeah.
which you may want to know, is a sheer wall of flame. Fire.
Cool.
And it's almost like you're looking into a whole nother. You don't see the extension of this world here. All you see is fire.
I still have movement.
Jump in it. Jump in the fire.
Looking around, that's a floating rock that's chained with putrid flesh.
Yes.
And is that like a brazier?
It is. There's a flaming brazier, taller than the others. There's two others.
And an eating corpse.
Does the taller brazier, does that fire look any different than the other ones?
Passively, they look the same.
Passively.
I love the image of how completely engulfed in flames is like
It's
studying the architecture.
Am I still immolated?
No.
Yeah.
It ended after.
Yeah, I thought it was like
Taking
hellish
damage every
rebuke.
turn.
Like I got
from the heat. Yeah, you're taking like combusted in flame.
20 points of
probably not
fire
far.
damage is to me immolated.
Yeah.
Listen,
Not far from
if you haven't been in the flame, you don't understand the flames. Yeah, Hal's gonna, not thinking, he's gonna just through the firewall. He's gonna try and go through it.
All right. Great. So he goes rushing into the fire.
Yeah.
Help! As you run through the flames, finding yourself literally falling as you
Oh,
go through the flames, falling in nothing but flames.
I think Hal just died, guys.
Lake of Fire.
Like fire.
Ah, cool.
20 points of fire damage that you can't avoid as you're falling through.
But I am raging, so I have fire resistance.
Okay, all right.
Bear totem.
So you're falling through just flames.
Oh, cool.
Around you, below, as far as you can see, you're falling.
Why did I do
How
that?
far you're falling, you don't know. So you took some fire damage there.
Why did I do that?
From Howl at this point.
Take me off the map, Kiva.
Anything else? That's it from Howl, right?
I'm just gonna mutter an apology to my mother, to Cadigan, and to my sister, and accept my fate as I think Hal knows where this is going.
We'll carry on.
Okay. So, as the creatures on his turn has appeared here in front of Hildy, looking over at Lizzie, he just simply points. You need to make a con save.
No.
Is this the Pumpkin King?
16.
I lost my pen.
16. No. So, you fail your con save, and you feel your body engulfed in a different sensation than the fire. You feel necrotic energy just ripping your body apart. The damage that you take.
A lot of dice jiggling over there.
This is some serious stuff. We're getting wiped for sure.
Just because we tried to get into a church. That's why I don't go to church anymore. Just in case.
Oh my god, all that stuff about D&D turning people away from God.
There you go.
63 points of necrotic damage rips through your body.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That would
over
take
now,
out
right?
any of us.
Well,
I might have lived through that.
I would have lived through that.
After falling through fire, I wouldn't have, but
Well, you had resistance.
normally I would.
Okay, and that's gonna break up Lizzie. Go ahead and make a death save.
That's so rough, man. I hate when that happens.
Yeah, he would go down.
Nope. Has to
You go down
failure.
right before your turn.
One fail.
Okay. Keep up. What are you doing?
Fucking hate when that happens.
Oh no.
There's no way I'm gonna be able to get. I hope that you have some
I
clever idea.
I don't, but that wasn't even my oh no.
If it goes double,
My oh no was the beginning of the round.
I couldn't remember if it was double
Yeah.
or
Well,
She's
no,
already
sorry.
down one.
So you have 10. Your
Yeah,
max is
that's
20.
fair now.
You take 30
I
points of damage, you die from that 10.
have.
So it's
Two over
max
plus
and-
negative.
I have
Over
some
negative of what your
idea.
hit points are.
I can't
That's
get close enough to rescue
fine.
Hildy if anything goes wrong.
Have heard it and interpreted it.
could go with
Time.
The ritual,
Yeah.
like the setup
50
here.
points of
Yes.
damage.
Is there anything
10
that I
points
can
left, your
intuit
max
from
was
just
40.
like,
Sorry, man.
like, does that look like it's any
Passive.
kind of ritual setup that could be interfered with, or is it just
Well,
something? that
passively, it
happens?
looks like a ritual setup, but there's nothing actually occurring right now. So there's
Gotcha.
not like a priest casting any sort of, but it's definitely ceremonial.
Eat the body.
No, that sounds dumb, and I'm not that desperate yet. I'm gonna. That was just 3, 4. 5. I'm gonna run. I'm going to. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then from here, I'm going to ram this thing in hopes of seeing if destroying this will have any effect. Just like run through, knock it over.
Okay, all right, go ahead and make an athletics. If you have an action, go ahead and make an athletics.
It's charge attack.
Okay, that's different. So you're charging the AC 10, basically.
Yep. 10 on the die. I add plus
Yay.
5. I add plus 5, so that's actually plus 6. So That would be 16 to hit.
16 to hit. Okay, and where do you end your turn?
I'm going to end it.
You do manage to get it knocked over. Okay, but you're ending your turn in...
Would it end here because I do have more movement?
If you have more movement, then yes, it would.
I have
Right now you're standing in the fire.
I have literally 2 more squares of movement.
Right, okay, so you just charged into it. As long as you don't end your turn, then you're good. Yeah, you
No, I
first
get
knocked
uncomfortably
it over.
close to here. I'm just seeing if that does anything.
It does. It knocks it over. He watches the coals that are keeping the flame alight just kind of spill out of it. And then you see this tree that it falls over that seems dry and warped and strange. You hear the strange high-pitched from it as it engulfs in flames.
Oh, good, more fire.
I was hoping for
Just
more
what we
fire.
all needed.
The tree in the eternal hellscape that is constantly on fire caught on fire.
That actually sounds like it might be relevant. I am encouraged by actions coming from my consequences coming from my actions.
That's
and
a-
hope
yeah.
that Hilby doesn't die. That's my action. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't have anything I want to use my bonus action. So yeah.
The demon's head swivels without turning.
Yeah.
His whole body, his demon head swivels and his eyes blaze. And
Yes.
you need to make a wisdom save.
Yes, I got his attention. That means I did something right. Okay, cool.
Is this what Hildy thinks Merlin looks like?
18 on the die, so that's 26.
You failed. 20. Oh wait, 26.
26.
Oh,
Does a 26
I
fail?
I was about to say.
You're 18, and so no, 26 saves, and so you take 9 points of fire damage as your body
Reduced by half to 4.
Okay. All right, so little flames come off of you, and that's it for. Okay, and then. All right, so this brings us to the top of the round with the cure. Oh, but before that, the heat from the environment is substantial.
18. Make it 18. Roll an
Make it
18.
56.
It's actually gonna be 17. This doesn't apply to you.
Yeah, I know.
Because you're in the
This is fun.
fire portal.
I'm in the thing that's hurting you
Yeah,
guys from
17
out
points
there.
damage. Unfortunately for Lizzie, she's gonna take double crit
Oh!
damage.
If you're unconscious and you take damage, you
Yeah.
take double. So there's your other 2 death saves.
Oh, good.
Well,
You're
so
dead.
her body begins to burn, and you watch it, the flesh begins
I'm
to bubble.
dead.
Yeah.
All right, Spencer, time to roll a new character.
All right, so Dakira, you're up as you take
That was fast.
Make Mizzy.
17.
17.
All right, my skin is like peeling away from the flames at this point. Is Hildy still up?
Barely, but she is.
Yeah.
That's why I said, please make it 18.
When Hal jumped into the fire, what did it look like from my angle?
It looked like him jumping into the fire.
And he just disappeared completely, so I can't tell if that worked or not.
And that's it.
Yeah. It's not comforting. Hildegard, hurry!
You're probably an some sort of a terrified.
Oh, I can give you exactly the sound.
Okay.
Don't be that loud. You'll break the mics. Well, not these two, but
Since its head swiveled to burn Kiva, I'm gonna take one last shot at its face.
Are you making a cold shot?
No.
Okay.
With advantage, 4 + 6, 20.
Dirty 20?
Dirty 20.
Okay, I'll say you get the facial area there.
13, 15.
because an ally's within 5 feet, so you can sneak.
I have advantage anyway because it was
Okay.
low. 15 + 6 is 21.
21. Okay.
Thank you, Gwen.
And I'm just going to, after the shot, put my bow and arrow away and just leap back into the portal. Or the fire.
You're going through. All right, so you're going through the door.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, and as you go through and into the fire.
Leap of faith, more like a leap of.
I'm going unconscious immediately.
Yeah.
Okay. Taking. All right. So if you're going to, you're taking like 21 points of damage initially. Okay.
I'm
So
out.
you're unconscious. Okay. So you're falling unconscious.
Yep.
Burning. He's still conscious. And.
Still screaming just as loud as
I mean, I either go into death saving throws here or through the portal, so.
Right. Right. Okay. All right. So Hildy, what are you doing?
Realizing that even with a dash, I can't make it, and he gets an attack of opportunity.
I growl, start breaking shit, but that means nothing to you.
Man, we panic and run away a lot.
You do.
Valid.
This thing isn't
Some of
punishing to anything.
not all of you.
I really should have stayed with
Hildy is going to
She's like,
cast Thunderwave.
hopes of knocking it back.
It's got to make a con save
I
first.
think you only knock it back.
Oh,
at a
demons are
certain
good at
size,
that.
All right. Well, it
Roll of
rolled
Her mental powers have awakened. She's still young.
23.
It saves, so it does not move, and it takes 4 points of thunder damage.
Okay.
I'd argue her AC should be 30. She is young Hildy now.
Do other
Her
people
DC
see her
should be
being?
30.
Do other people see her?
Her
being young, or
mentalist
was that
powers
just
are
me?
full.
Two.
This is Hildy without the Alzheimer's.
I was just you. That's interesting.
Yeah, because I rolled to disbelieve.
Oh, she sees it?
Just her.
Oh,
It's even more confusing.
I thought it was, when you said just her, I thought you meant just me.
Oh, you got something else going on there?
No.
Okay.
No.
Its head is still swiveled, looking back at Kiva. And you need to not make another
Okay,
save.
then,
Oh, you do? Yes?
oh, yep.
Roll it.
Bonus action flash heal for me and. Well, oh, she already took her
Okay.
damage.
She's full dead.
Alright, then I guess it's just me.
Heal yourself?
Because everyone else is too far away because we abandoned Hilda's
How did
poor
you take
fate.
3 that fails?
The environmental damage did
It's only 1, isn't it?
It's a double crit.
Oh.
If you take damage when you're
I think
Melee.
melee
attacks.
Melee is
Melee
two
attacks
attacks.
within 5
okay.
feet of you.
Hold on.
I believe.
One.
If she takes any damage, it's 1 death save and it's 1 failure. But if she
Well,
takes specifically melee,
My understanding was a little different, so let's look it up and make sure, because I mean this is life or death for Lizzie.
The brief, Lizzie, the brief character
I mean,
play.
it's just going to be more environmental damage next time.
yeah, let's
I
be
mean,
realistic.
yeah,
She's
yeah.
going to die.
Well,
anyway.
no, because Hildy's gonna
Ooh,
flash
that's a nice
heal,
character.
so
Oh.
if Hildy flash heals, brings her back conscious.
That's what I see.
Yeah, 7 points. Well, no, 5 points, sorry. So I'm at 7. But if you live through this, you get 5 points of
In the
healing.
meantime, you have to make your wisdom save.
Am I at minus healing or am I
No.
at 0?
No, in
I got it
D&D,
again, 26.
you're only at 0. So
When
you'd
you're
have 5
close
points.
and you're rolling death saves, you're at 0, and then anything you
Yes.
go above.
So
Unconscious PCs
Yeah.
who take damage automatically fail a death save.
Just
So
one.
it's 20 at half
Yeah.
10. At your resistance 5.
It's actually
Thank
critical hits that count as 2.
Yeah, and I remember
was
that
melee,
because I
but-
killed one of my friends like
So you
that.
only took
Did
1
she-
death.
So she did?
Unconscious melee is.
She
crit.
took only one.
She did? Okay.
From
so
environmental.
So it's only a melee attack?
It's actually only critical hits apparently, which even I thought it was
Which
melee.
within 5 feet of a character
Would
who
be
is
an automatic
incapacitated
crit.
is an auto crit.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
we'll go with that. So you have come in contact
That's
with
that
you're
weird
at
interval.
5.
Can I have 5?
burning alive with 5
I
points.
killed
of
my
damage.
friend with a
Yay.
snake because of that. He was wrapped, so it did another squeeze,
Am I
which was
up
a
now?
melee.
Well,
attack.
no.
Use
You
my
have to
action
stand
stand
up.
up.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Half your action to
I
stand
felt
up.
so
Have your
bad.
movement to stand up.
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, I mean, it's brutal.
26 points of fire damage to Owl.
Okay,
13.
13.
You feel nothing around you as you flail. You're just continually falling. Falling.
Thanks, Ben.
Well, if any of them were within 60 feet, they'd have been healed too. But they're all cowards. Only you were brave.
You're only delaying the inevitable.
Well, I'm going to be dead again in a second. So
The creature,
it's going to point at me
still
again.
focused on you, is you watch its arm just kind of disjointedly start to point backwards. Almost like its whole body is pointing that direction. It's the way its arm moves, almost normal, but it just in a weird way twists to look that way. And you need to make a con save.
Awesome. Love it.
Make it. Make it.
As you feel necrotic energy just ripping into your body.
Awesome.
Come on, you're good at this. And you're resistant. So if you die,
From this, yeah.
then
Kiva should retire.
Okay, that is not as high as my wisdom save, but it's still a 24. Does a 24 fail?
It does.
Of course it does.
Jesus. Somebody wants to end the session quickly.
Shenanigans.
Didn't you say you had to leave at 11?
That is true.
Yeah, I got
42
two more
points,
2 more minutes to kill
I
everyone.
promise an extra 5 minutes.
72 points of necrotic damage rips through your body.
72 halved because I
Be
resist. 36. Okay, I'm going to drop out of my wild shape and take a little bit of damage.
Did you just get power word killed?
I might have.
Nope.
No,
That's like
just
a
fails.
It wouldn't be high enough.
No, it's
right?
like 100. It's if you're under 100.
Oh, right, you're right.
It used to be just a save.
Yeah, that.
Back in the good old days.
Yeah, but then they realized they want to have fun at the table.
Can you tell me how much damage that was again?
72.
36.
Half is 36.
36.
Yep.
Cool. So that's okay.
If you think about it, it's the big bad evil guy's a lich, and he has multiple 9th level spell slots.
Okay, so
2
you
days
still
he
up?
could wipe out a party of 5.
She's still up,
Okay.
but she is a human person again.
Every day he takes out the
Okay,
least
okay, got it. So
enemies.
you're up now.
Yeah, but I'm still pissed.
No.
While
Lizzie's
you're
up. Lizzie's up.
Oh,
Is it you're
take the cure
I'm
off the
up.
board, though.
Okay, well, I will stand up.
There's half your move. You got half left. You got this.
Lizzie, you're going to combo him and you're going to save the day.
What am I going to do?
It's gonna happen.
All you need is a natural 20 on a called shot to kill him.
And just remember, if he does the necrotic thing that he did to Camille,
You're
you
dead.
die. On like full death.
Don't think of it that way. He's already done it. What's the chances he could do it again?
Okay. Let me just.
I love a hopeless fight every once in a while.
How do you?
It wasn't even a fight.
Speak for yourself. I did 50 points of damage to him.
Yeah, he probably regened all of that.
No.
Just like the
I don't
werewolf.
think there's anything
In
there I
2
wanna
rounds?
do. What do I want to do?
He's an upper level
Just-
demon.
There's
now.
Attack him?
nothing that heals
Or
that.
dash for the door.
Or dash for the door?
Nothing
Maybe the
you,
grass.
nothing you know about.
But I only
Die
have
in
15
a literal
feet.
blaze of glory,
Yep.
Go for the door.
That's gonna
or
be-
go for the door.
Fair enough.
This is Ravik's
Wow.
world.
You're right.
We're just in
I
it.
have 15 feet, and then
Well, if you dash, that would be 30.
Well, you did be 45. Be 30 plus the 15 you have left.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right, how far does that get me?
not.
But then I have Misty Step. How far is that?
Oh, that's another
nice.
30.
That might get you all the way through.
Yeah.
Well, when are you gonna Misty Step?
When I
At the
get
end
to
of
the
her
end
move.
of my movement.
45.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
So you're gonna take the opportunity attack?
12. Or are you going to take the
Want to
opportunity
go
attack?
this way?
I mean, you could Misty Step first, and then
Yeah, you could
Well,
Misty Step.
you can Misty Step
How
past
12?
him.
12 would be 60.
Yeah, because that, or
She's got
She gets
45.
she has 45 plus 30.
So let's say she
45.
Misty
Oh,
Steps
I
first.
No, she has 45.
But she's gonna 45 plus 30 for Misty Step.
So Misty Step will get
Right. But she was stopping her here.
yeah, because I didn't realize it was that.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45. She was
Oh
there.
yeah.
She's short.
Yeah,
If she had
Short
all her
when she gets
movement,
to the
she would have
altar.
made it.
yeah.
Well, it's better than
Maybe you
nothing.
can pop
Want
a
to get to
good
the
berry.
altar?
I'll just go to the altar. At least I'll be by everybody
Well,
else.
I'm a human.
I like how we all just took control of Spencer's character.
Well, you know, are you Misty Stepping? I don't know that even
Misty
that's gonna
stepping.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I don't think you're gonna get out of his reach even if you Misty Step. So you're probably gonna take.
What the hell is this?
It's just
Oh,
Oh.
now you know what you could do to avoid. You could get out of its reach and avoid its area of opportunity, move towards it, then Misty Step, then take the rest of your movement.
because you can't just bamf away.
That's true. She could just take Misty Step in the middle of her move.
Running. As soon as she's next to it, about to leave,
Like,
bump.
Get
30
up to
feet,
here and then
keep
30
running.
feet and then keep going.
Okay.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
That way it doesn't get an area of opportunity.
This looks really cool in my head.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it is.
he
Yeah.
reaches
It's
down and she's gone.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's exactly what, because with that one extended arm backwards, he's swiping down at her as she. And
oh, it's even cooler. It's coming forward towards her and she right past it. Oh,
And then boom,
some fucking monk shit.
with throws of movement, get close to the doorway. Kiva, what are you doing?
Okay, I kind of liked how he got pissed when I did that. So I'm kind of curious, do these two, like passively, do these two braziers, are they the same color fire?
They look like it, yeah.
Cool, okay. So,
Same as the other one that you knocked over.
gonna jump over here. You're in the way, unfortunately, now. There we go. Now you're actually in a square. Yeah, I'll jump on top of the table.
Okay, and do what?
And she kicked the body down on the
Yes,
ground.
the body
Yeah, I kicked it.
It's slick up there with the blood that's flowing off. You can make a dex save and jump up on the
We're all, okay, falls. If I fall.
You fall!
He's just trying.
That's a 13 on the die.
Okay, so as she jumps up there, slipping on the blood that's just running off the body, goes one way, you go the other. As you slip off the altar, you find yourself
Hey,
thrown on the ground.
hey, it's a 15.
15 what?
15 dex save. It's 13 on the
13.
13 on the die plus you didn't
Okay,
finish saying
alright,
it. Plus
okay,
2, 15.
That's why you say the roll, then what you got on the die.
Yeah, 15 gets you up there, and just as you're just kind of scurrying to stay on your feet, feeling like you're about to lose your footing, you manage to stay without falling.
I was going to do that to jump over the table onto this side while there's
Okay.
like this one little spot of room.
Alright.
I'm going to use my action to cast a spell, Primal Savagery, which is a melee spell attack on this one.
Okay, alright.
It's,
Oh shit,
Plus-
we are in Hildy's dreams.
yeah. It's, I know. I'm using a fucking spell attack.
Yeah. Wait, does that end your rage?
Yeah, I'll end my rage.
Okay.
So was it worth it?
I don't know.
I mean,
Fuck it, I end my rage.
I'm in the fire pit, so how couldn't
my-
reality
so-
check you?
Action, my age rent, that action, my rage ends. No problem. Let me just pull up the spell button.
I'm sorry, that's the problem with having somebody who's playing the same class as you.
No, I'm
'cause
cool with
they-
that. I love it. That is plus 7 to hit. That's shit.
Okay. So, what was your total to hit?
10.
10? Okay, well, I mean, that's enough to hit it.
Yeah, cool.
So, I mean, because it's not a moving object.
Yeah,
It's not really got much of an arm class, so.
cool.
Break it.
That is 13 points of acid damage.
It's made out of iron. Acid damage?
Acid damage.
Primal savagery.
Yeah, so it's not the force that bowls it over, but you watch as the iron, what you presume is iron, is holding these coals and the flames, begins to just kind of melt away, and they just kind of all around the base of it, the coals just kind of fall and break. The flames just kind of joining the other flames on the ground.
Cool. Anything happen with that?
You don't see anything happen other than what occurs to the brazier itself.
Cool.
Brazier.
Bonus action, I'm angry again.
Okay. Alright, so you're raging. Alright, so that's it for Kiva?
That's it for Kiva.
Alright, so before the top of the round, everybody takes 20 points of fire damage.
We're
I'm
dead.
dead again.
Okay, cool. I hate it.
So Hildy goes down.
Hilda goes down.
Lizzie goes.
Lizzie goes down.
Okay. Flames fill all of your vision at this point as the creature, you hear it laughing and speaking these strange words that now you've heard Hildy speak. And as the flames diminish, your consciousness seems to blacken. There's a long moment. You know how long how it lasts. But then your vision clears. And there's a man standing in white garb, and the temple of the symbol of Suna. Everything else around is very bright, and you're having trouble seeing. Your vision is just almost blinded by the light all around. And he says, looking at you curiously, "Welcome to the temple of Suna."
Hey, I was still up at the end of that.
I'm in the wrong house.
So was I, technically.
I know.
Yes, it's true.
Like we're still.
I was still free falling.
Falling through the elemental plane of fire.
Yeah.
That's what you were doing. And
It's a cool story.
that's what I did.
I'm not even halfway through my.
Oh, you went to
20
France for your vacation. I went to the elemental plane of fire and went skydiving.
Yeah.
Sadly, our heroes have met their end. The visions of Kirky on the Isle of Ai foreshadowed the terrible challenges the party would face, but it wasn't enough to dissuade them from their course. We will miss those bold characters and their quirky personalities, yet find some solace in the knowledge that the sun goddess Suna has captured their souls, and they will live out eternity within her luminous embrace. And what about the world known as Plethwy? The threat of apocalypse remains imminent. But have no fear, there are still adventurers willing to pick up where fallen heroes failed, to risk their lives and souls for great rewards and legacy. Stay tuned.